Good evening once again, everybody, from the Louisiana Superdome. This is Jim Henderson. When the NFL schedule came out last April, this was the game that Saints fans began looking forward to, and now it's here. But in their wildest dreams, Saints fans could never have imagined that the home team would arrive at this game in this posture. Unbeaten at 10-0, seeking to remain so against the last team to go unbeaten in the regular season, as the Patriots did in 2007. Trying to win their 6th straight home game for the first time in team history against a team that hasn't won on the road this season, discounting a trip to London to take on the then winless Tampa Bay Bucks. Trying to hand this AFC powerhouse its first loss against an NFC team in its last 18 interconference games. The Saints have never beaten Tom Brady. The Patriots have never beaten Drew Brees. Brees leads the NFL's #1 offense into this game against the NFL's #2 offense. The Saints have outscored their opponents by 165 points, tops in the NFL. The Patriots have outscored their opponents by 126 points, second best in the NFL. No Saints fan would ever have envisioned that not only would they be anticipating this game more than any other in Week 12 of the NFL season, but so would the rest of the nation. No need to hype this one. The scenario speaks for itself. In just minutes from now, the Saints and the Patriots will speak for themselves. The wait is almost over. The kickoff is almost here. And the pregame show will continue after these messages on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network. We are underway. Roby's going to have a chance to return this one from the 7. Straight ahead, 10, 15 to the 20. Across the 25, still on his feet to the 30, and wrestled down as he crosses the 35-yard line. So a nice return of 28 yards by Courtney Roby before Brandon McGowan brought him to the turf. So here is this offense of the New Orleans Saints, 5th rushing the football, 6th passing it, #1 overall in the NFL, to operate against a Patriot defense that is 6th overall, 15th against the run, 6th against the pass, and playing a 3-4, which the Saints, of course, don't see every week. 1st and 10, New Orleans. The ball rests at the 35-yard line. Backs offset. Brees, straight drop back. Going to throw near sideline for Henderson. Yes. He takes it in. On the sideline, he'll be pushed out of bounds in front of the Saint bench. They'll say he got it all the way down to the Patriot 32-yard line, as he was covered by Lee Bodden, who comes into this one with 5 interceptions, including 3 last week against Mark Sanchez and the Jets. And Henderson burns him for 33 yards on the first play of this game.
Well, I think that kind of gives you an indication right here of what kind of ball game this is going to be. I mean, it's just going to be air it out, let's have fun. Everybody sit on the edge of your seats because we're going to make it exciting.
1st and 10, Saints at the 32-yard line of the Patriots. 14:29 to play first quarter. We are just underway. One back. Play action to him. Brees rolls right. Throws on the run. Colston, far sideline. Pushed out of bounds down around the 26-yard line of the Patriots. That's a 6-yard gain. Jonathan Wilhite, who operates on the corner tonight for Sean Springs, on the coverage. 26, play action. Brees going to dump it off. This is Pierre Thomas, ridden out of bounds by the linebacker Gary Guyton. They will say he got down to the 24-yard line of the Patriots just to pick up a 2.
Well, you know, Kristian.
Run it with Pierre Thomas, left side. Looks like he has the first down. They'll give him forward progress to the Patriot 21-yard line. That's a pickup of 2 yards in excess of what he needed. Gerard Mayo, the left inside linebacker, and the free safety, Brandon McGowan, on the stop.
Well, you know, Jim, when you're sitting here watching, I mean, one team has got black jerseys, the other one's got white jerseys. You could see that surge as they went to the left side right there. It was just like a sea of black jerseys, just pushing it forward, just getting the yardage that they needed for the first down.
Pick up a 3. They needed 1. 1st and 10 at the Patriot 21. 12:54 to play. Saints moving with the opening possession of this game. Dinkins resets to the left side of the formation. The Saints will run it with Mike Bell. And Mike Bell will get it down to the 15-yard line on his first carry of the night. Good for 6 yards. Bell coming into this one averaging 4.5 yards per carry. Vince Wilfork, the big nose tackle, in on the stop.
Big is right. You just take a look at that guy on camera right there. I mean, reminds you a lot of a Hollis Thomas, something like that. big fella stacking it up in the middle.
2nd and 4 for the Saints from the Patriot 15-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. One Meacham goes in motion left to right. Backs off set. Breeze looks to his left. Throws. One-on-one coverage intended for Henderson, and it's broken up and incomplete. Bodden was there. Coming over as well was the strong safety Brandon Merriweather. So Breeze going back to Henderson, who he hit for a big play on the first play of this game, but it falls incomplete in the end zone, and it brings up 3rd and 4 from the Patriot 15.
Basically the same route that the Saints opened up the game with, but because they had more room to work with, the safety wasn't able to get up there and get a part of the ball and knock it away from Devery Henderson.
Henderson split out wide to the right. It's Meacham to the near side of the field. On 3rd and 4 from the 15, Breeze going to hand it off on the end around to Pierre Thomas. Thomas stops, starts once more, and dives down to around the 12-yard line, short of the first down. And that will bring on John Carney. That was a pickup of 2. And on 4th down, after Pat Chung makes the tackle, John Carney comes on. Carney on the season, 12 of 15. He has hit his last 4, his longest being 46 yards. This will be a 31-yard attempt, left hash mark. Brunel to hold it. Kyle to snap it. Snap, placement, kicked by Carney. A line drive is good. John Carney from 31 yards out caps the opening drive of this game as the Saints break on top 3-0 with 11:14 to play opening quarter. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
It's a voice-powered, turn-by-turn navigation system. A mechanical monster that mashes Android apps. High-speed mobile browsing that's a bullet train riding on greased rails. Droid. Google-equipped and exclusively from Verizon Wireless. America's largest and most reliable 3G network. Get the only phone that does for just $199.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate. In a world that doesn't, Droid does.
Droid. Requires new 2-year activation on a voice plan. Email feature, early termination, and other fees apply. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com.
Check this out. I rummaged around the garage until I found a roll of duct tape. Kept it in my glove box, just waiting for him to show up. The next time he got in my car, we were ready. This dude never wears a seatbelt, so me and my 2 friends duct taped him right to the car seat. We wrapped duct tape all the way around him at least 20 times. He wasn't going anywhere. Then I clicked the seatbelt into place, and we took off for the game. Whatever it takes, buckle up.
If your air conditioning man says it's just as good as a train, do yourself a favor. Ask him to prove it. They say it's hard to stop a train because nothing else works as well or lasts as long, and it's more affordable than ever. Prove it to yourself at train.com.
Hey, this is Bobby Hebert for one of my favorite restaurants, Emerald's. This fall, Emerald's will open at 11 a.m. for a tailgate brunch before every 3 o'clock home game and at 5 o'clock for the Monday night game. Don't forget to head to Emerald's after every 12 o'clock home game at Julie and Tchoupitoulas in just 5 minutes from the Dome.
Home of the largest radio news team in the Gulf South, WWL.
To the Louisiana Superdome, I tell you what, Jim, Saints kind of got lucky right there on the John Carney field goal. I mean, that ball went up and hit the left upright and just kind of a bank shot like you were playing billiards or something and just went right through. But nonetheless, nobody's going to worry about what it looks like in the box score tomorrow. It went through for 3 points.
Officially, they will call it a 30-yard field goal that caps the opening drive. The Saints going 53 yards in 8 plays in 3 minutes and 46 seconds. The opening play of the game, Drew Brees connecting with Devery Henderson for a 33-yard reception as the Saints go right after this New England Patriot defense. For the Patriots, awaiting the kickoff by Morstead. This is going to be Matthew Slater, 5 yards deep in the end zone, who will keep it right there. And the Patriots will start from their 20-yard line.
Well, Jim, I got to give him another little shout out right here to Miss Blanche and Mr. Wesley Carroll, our esteemed engineer, Robert Carroll. His parents tomorrow is their 64th anniversary. And the shame of that is Robert's been with them for 52 years. And I'm quite sure that they would rather not have to deal with that.
Yeah, it's a big cross to bear. We do it every week. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of the Patriots. Listen to how loud this crowd is as the Patriots open in the shotgun. Brady drops, looks, has a lot of time. Going to throw deep downfield right after Malcolm Jenkins, and it's incomplete, intended for Aiken. Sam Aiken, the 7th-year man out of North Carolina, who comes in with just 9 receptions. Malcolm Jenkins said, I'll wear a target in this game. They know who the rookie is, and they go right after him right away.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tom Brady is smart enough to sit back there, and he's going to know when there's substitutes in there. He'll know when Chris McAllister might be in the ball game, when Mike McKenzie might be in the ball game, and go after those guys and say, let's see what you've lost out of sitting out of time for 1 year.
Cedric Ellis opens at nose tackle, 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Brady up under center, puts Welker in motion and hands it off to Maroney. Maroney slips a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and Sharper must chase him all the way to the 40, upends him at the 42-yard line of the Patriots. That's good for 22 yards, and we've seen this oftentimes at the beginning of games. Somehow these guys just seem to get lost and not wrapped up at the line of scrimmage and squirt out of the pile and have big gains because of it.
Yeah, that run defense kind of rearing its ugly head again, the way that it has, I guess, probably going back to the Miami game. Up to that point, the Saints have really seemed like they were pretty solid. It's nothing fancy that other teams are doing. They're just taking it right up the gut.
1st and 10, Patriots from their 42, 10:27 to play, opening quarter. Saints up 3-0. Here's Brady, play action, lots of time once more. Going to settle for an underneath throw to Maroney, and Maroney driven out of bounds by Malcolm Jenkins right around midfield. They'll spot the football just on the Saints side of the 50 at the 49-yard line. That will be a pickup of 9. Well, Brady with a lot of time and able to survey that Saints secondary at his leisure so far.
Well, I found it kind of interesting, the article that Pete Finney wrote the other day, that after the Patriots played the Colts, that Archie was talking to Peyton, and he said, same thing with Bill Belichick. He's going to give you something different than you've ever seen defensively. Right now, the Saints are not showing very much defensively.
Here's Maroney, the tailback in the eye. He has the first down as he gets to the Saint 45-yard line. They lined Sammy Morris up in front of him as a fullback, gave it to the tailback Maroney. Good for 4 yards, and for the moment at least, this crowd is quieted.
Well, I guess the point that I'm making there, Jim, is that I wonder if Greg Williams is trying to get the feel of this ball game. What is he going to do defensively? Let me see what the Patriots are running offensively. Wes Welker in the slot, Randy Moss down there, and everything else. And the Saints are just not getting it done with the 4-man rush.
Maroney's carried twice for 26 yards, taken in 1 pass for 9. 1st and 10, Patriots, Saint 45, 3-0 early, Saints on top. Fake the end around to Welker. Brady, with all the time in the world, is going to have to settle for Welker out in the left flat. And the little guy is down to the 40-yard line. The 60-year man out of Texas Tech, his first catch of the night, good for 5 yards.
Well, you notice what the Saints did right there. They let him catch the ball out there in the flat, went up there and broke down, and don't let him gain all those extra yards after the catch. Let's go right down to Kristian Garic. Kristian?
Yeah, Hokie, Tom Brady's using an interesting piece of strategy to combat the crowd noise. He's kind of coming up under the center and patting his butt when he's ready for the ball.
2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line. Handed off to Maroney again. This time things are a bit sticky as we see Mike McKenzie in the lineup now. That is a short gain down to the 36-yard line of the Saints. Charles Grant at the bottom of the pile.
You figure a guy that was just signed this week like Mike McKenzie, you figure that might be a little too early to put him in the ball game. But again, I think that Greg Williams is relying on his ability as a veteran and then him communicating with guys that he's played with before.
Yeah, Gay is going to cover the receiver in the slot. It's McKenzie on the corner. 3rd and 1 from the Saint 36-yard line. Brady trying to get himself heard above the din of this crowd. Resets Falk. Throws on the slant, and it's incomplete as Randy Moss is upended at the 29-yard line by Darren Sharper, who went down and hit him low. The ball was thrown a bit low, and Sharper, who's been a lot more physical under Greg Williams than he had been in previous years, low bridges Randy Moss by hitting him right down around the knees.
Well, you know, Jim, right now it's 4th down. The Patriots are going for it. But, you know, I heard that Darren Sharper had a reputation of not being a very tough guy. You certainly can't say that when he's been wearing the black and gold for the Saints this year.
Patriots are 6 of 12 in 4th down conversions. This is 4th and 1 from the Saint 36. Ends in tight. Give it to the fullback, and he's got it. That is Sammy Morris running straight ahead. Inside the 35, down to around the 33-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3. Malcolm Jenkins on the stop. Opponents now have gone for it on 4th down 18 times against the Saints, converting 50% of those. That is the 9th successful conversion.
You know, and Sammy Morris is not what you call a true fullback. I mean, he is basically a running back there. So he's got those skills, been in the league for a long time. He's a guy I remember scouting coming out of Texas Tech. And, you know, I mean, if you're going to have a fullback running the ball, that's the kind you want.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line of the Saints. 6:54 to play opening quarter. Patriots trailing 3-0, driving. Maroney left side. Jonathan Vilma wraps him up, throws him forward, and he picks up maybe a couple with second effort. Give him 1 officially, and the ball will be spotted at the Saint 32-yard line.
Well, Jim, you know, I'd also kind of like to send out a happy birthday to Robert Carroll's sister, who tomorrow will be 29 once again. And so, Miss Ann Williams, happy birthday to you tomorrow.
2nd and 9 from the 32-yard line of the Saints. Brady in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side of the field, 2 to the far. He resets Watson farther out to the near boundary. Brady calls for the football. Saints with some pressure. He drops it off to Kevin Falk. He'll be chased by Shanley, who will not get to him before he's driven out of bounds by Sharper. Inside the 15 at the 14, make it the 13-yard line of the Saints. Kevin Falk, who's been doing this for so long, 11 years out of LSU, is the Patriot all-time leader in all-purpose yards. That's good for 19 more.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Jim, that is the thing that he excels at. Even in college, he was one of the better receivers I've ever seen coming out of the backfield. Doesn't make any difference if you hit him on a check down route, if you send him deep. He's got tremendous hands.
11th play of this drive upcoming. 1st and 10 from the Saint 13. Backs in an eye. Give it off to Morris as the tailback. Stiff arms one tackler and dives inside the 10 down to around the 9-yard line. Roman Harper on the stop for the Saints. Sammy Morris, 6 foot 220, 10th-year man out of Texas Tech, playing at both the fullback and the running back position. Mike McKenzie missed him initially, allowing him to pick up 5 yards. So it is 2nd and 5 from the Saint 9-yard line, actually just inside of that, but up on the scoreboard they will call it now 2nd and 5 from the 8 as they adjust it. Wideouts left and right. One back, that's Maroney. He gets the call right side. Lawrence Maroney sloughs off a couple of tackles, and he's inside the 5 and down to the 4. And that time it was Remy Adele who had a chance to get him at the line of scrimmage along with Scott Shanley. Neither could, and it results in a 4-yard gain.
Well, I hope this little pattern doesn't continue right here, because what the Saints are not doing right now, they're not wrapping up when they hit the running back or the receiver or whatever the case may be. I mean, they're getting some penetration into the backfield, but the running backs are getting that yards after contact because the Saints are not wrapping up on their tackle.
Bobby McRae missed the tackle as well. 3rd and 1 from the 4-yard line. Everybody in tight. Watson in motion right to left. Backs in an eye. Give it to Maroney left side. Lawrence Maroney stacked up this time after a very short gain. Saints come away with the football in the hands of Will Smith, but they will rule Maroney down.
I think Tom Brady is kind of looking over to Bill Belichick, saying he thinks they're about a foot short. They will probably bring out the chains to check on this, but as one official came in from the sideline, he looked like he was a little bit short, and the other one came in, looked like he was right there at it. Christian, what do you see, man?
Yeah, down here at field level, it looks like they're about a foot and a half short. I mean, that's at least down here. Tom Brady's right, looking over there, see if they're going to go for it here or not.
That's about what it is, Christian. About a foot and a half. So it will be 4th and 1. And at the moment, the Patriot offense remains on the field. course, you remember how Belichick got skewered a couple of games ago for his call against the Indianapolis Colts when they went for it on 4th and 2. Unable to make it, and the Patriots surrendered a game-winning touchdown and extra point to the Colts as they remained unbeaten. So for the second time in this drive, the Patriots will apparently go for it on 4th down, 4th and 1 from the 4-yard line of the Saints. Everybody in tight. Give it to Maroney, right side, and he is in, standing up. Lawrence Maroney taking it in over his right guard, Stephen Neal, on a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And if you were expecting a shootout, this one has all the early earmarks of being exactly that.
Well, I mean, you look at that 80-yard drive right there by the Patriots, going for it on 4th down 2 times, and again, got to go back to the running game. Saints are just not doing a good job of closing up those running lanes, and even when they do, they're not making that sure tackle.
Steven Gostowski coming on to attempt the extra point. 4th-year man out of Memphis. Kick splits the uprights, and the Patriots answer the Saints 3 with a 7 of their own with 3:34 to play. Opening quarter, New England 7 and New Orleans 3. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
It's a world of endless meetings, a place where the copier's always jamming and cubicle dwellers always dream of better digs. Yeah, this is the typical American office, and come 5 o'clock, this is America's beer, Budweiser. It's brewed with the finest natural ingredients for the perfect combination of flavor and refreshment.
Budweiser, the great American style lager.
Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Please drink responsibly.
Throughout the season, I hope we make you smile a bit with the humor of our Benjamin Moore commercials. But for 30 seconds, I'm going to be serious. It's tough to be green, but Benjamin Moore does it better than any other paint company on Mother Earth. Not only does Benjamin Moore offer 140 shades of green, its endless color combinations are available with 0 VOCs and is virtually odorless. As a Cajun from the bayous of South Louisiana, I believe in protecting our environment, and that's why I'm proud to work with Benjamin Moore, delivering green without compromise.
Hey ladies, Hokie here. Men Like Tools and Napa Auto Parts has tools, tool sets, toolboxes, and pretty much everything you need for the do-it-yourselfer on your list for this holiday season. Like a 7-piece gear wrench combo set in SAE or metric for just $29.99, or a 9-piece combo wrench set in SAE or metric, specially priced at just $9.55 now at Napa. Plenty more on sale throughout December too. So get to Napa today and get the good stuff.
Get the good stuff!
Catch the Food Show with Tom Fitzmaurice Saturdays at noon on WWL.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stanley, Reuter, Ross, Thornton, and Alford, business litigators for New Orleans and the Gulf South region.
And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
The news, talk, and sports leader. The Big 870 WWL New Orleans. 105.3 WWL FM Kenner New Orleans and WWL.com.
Patriots go 80 yards in 14 plays in 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Lawrence Maroney, the final 4 yards, going in standing up as the Patriots take the lead 7-3. Big play in that drive, a 19-yard reception. Kevin Falk. Roby fields the kickoff at his 10. Running to the side, he will be dropped short of the 25-yard line as he took it out to the right side toward the Patriot bench. Returning it 15 yards with Pat Chung making the tackle for the Patriots. 3:29 to play opening quarter. New England 7, New Orleans 3. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Hey, Saints fans, kick off your next paint project by going straight to the pros at Lowe's, the official home improvement warehouse of the New Orleans Saints and the Louisiana Superdome. Lowe's has the know-how, supplies, and high-quality paint like Valspar to help you transform any room, all at everyday low prices. Stop by today and get your paint project started. Lowe's, let's build something together.
Listen up, fans. Bobby Hebert here telling you that in all my years of professional football, I've never seen a better way to stay connected to the latest football news, scores, and highlights than with AT&T, the fastest 3G network in New Orleans. For just $15 a month, AT&T Mobile Web gives you unlimited access to the internet so I can constantly keep up with the latest stats and player updates. Or use AT&T Unlimited Messaging to send texts, instant messages, and pictures to everyone from your tailgate party. AT&T, your world delivered.
3G not available in all areas. Basic service plan required. Certain geographic and other monthly charges and restrictions apply. See store for details.
A uniform says a lot about who you are. Take a professional hockey player. In uniform, a committed athlete. Take it away, he's just a guy beating people with a stick. Uniforms can say a lot about your employees, too. We're Cintas, the uniform people, and it's our job to make your employees look and feel great. Call Cintas at 1-800-CINTAS-1. With Cintas uniforms, your employees will look like a team of professionals. Without them, well, go take a look for yourself.
As New Orleans is chilling on the lakefront, WWL.
We're back at the Louisiana Superdome. Hokie Gajan and Jim Henderson. And Jim, that New England drive that they had, Tom Brady was 3 of 5 for 33 yards. Lawrence Maroney had 7 carries for 39 yards and the touchdown. Now, here's the crazy thing. New England was 0 for 2 on third down. Both of them were 1-yard situations, but they were 2 of 2 on fourth down.
Yep. Going for it on fourth down twice successfully. So Drew Brees will put the Saints in motion from the New Orleans 25-yard line. Henderson, who caught a 33-yard pass on the first play of the game, split out to the left. Brees steps up in the pocket and drills Jeremy Shockey, who is put on his back at the 40-yard line, but hangs on to the football. Brandon Merriweather, the strong safety, just leveled Shockey, who still held on to the football, and I really don't know how, for 20 yards.
I mean, you could see that hit coming, and Jeremy Shockey wasn't doing anything but concentrating on the football. And, I mean, that just shows you right there the intensity of this ball game. Boy, you won't see a much better hit than that. It was clean, wasn't nothing helmet to helmet, anything like that. Jeremy Shockey just bounces right up.
A pair of Miami Hurricanes colliding, but a first down for the Saints up at their 40-yard line. Handed off on the straight-ahead run, Pierre Thomas to around the 45, maybe even the 46-yard line of the Saints with second effort. Tully Banda-Kane, the left outside linebacker, on the tackle, but that's a 6-yard gain.
Well, you can see the appreciation that the fans have for that never-die attitude that Pierre Thomas has. As he went in there, looked like he was going to get tackled for about a 3-yard gain. He just kept going, and the offensive line was pushing, and, I mean, makes a nice gain out of something that looks like it was going to be very limited.
Came into this game averaging 5.6 yards per carry, 2nd and 4 from the Saint 46. Give it on the end around to Henderson. He has to duck inside the tackler who had it read well. That was Banda-Kane, who was split out wide to the right side in his linebacking position. He drops Henderson for no gain. And for Henderson, that is his 3rd carry of the season. He carried twice before for 10 yards, his longest gain being 13.
Well, one thing you're going to see with this Patriots defense as the game goes along, how disciplined they are. The reverses and things like that seldom fool those guys because they do what they're supposed to be. If you're a defensive end coming up the field, you stay as deep as the deepest man in the backfield.
3rd and 4 from the Saint 46. Brees out of the shotgun. Throws near sideline and overthrows Meacham, who never located the football down around the 20-yard line. He was being well covered by Lee Bodden, whom the Saints worked down early for that 33-yard reception by Henderson. So on will come the Saints. On 4th and 4, the Saints work a shift. They actually had Pearson Prelo up under center as a quarterback, and now they shift and put Morstead back where he's more accustomed to being. Morstead hangs it high, and this is going to be Wes Welker looking up into the lights, taking it in at the 12-yard line. Takes the first guy miss, and he's off. 30, 40, 45 into Saints territory, where he's taken down from behind by Courtney Roby. And little Wes Welker scampers back into Saints territory, and the Patriots are going to be in motion once again on the New Orleans side of the 50 with 1:14 remaining in the first quarter, and the Patriots leading 7-3. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Hi, this is Mike the Tape. We always remember the joyous times of our lives, and many of them have happened during the holiday season. At Oakland Heart, we have the perfect jewelry gift that will create the smile of a lifetime. From gold fashions to diamond pendants to our original fleur-de-lis creations. Our tremendous selection and unbeatable prices will put a smile on your face and the perfect gift in her hands. Come visit us at Oakland Heart Jewelers on Metairie Road and create another special holiday moment. At Oakland Heart Jewelers, our greatest creation is your smile.
From shirts, hats, jackets, jerseys, or any type of promotional item, you need Logo Express. Hey, this is the Big Chief. Literally anything you want with your logo. At Logo Express, you get any type of uniform with your logo screened or embroidered for any type of business, the medical field or hospitality industry. Get logoed apparel for any sports team, organization, or family event. T-shirts with your logo start at $5 and polo shirts as low as $12. Call Logo Express, 367-7393. Get the best for less at Logo Express.
The way our boys in black and gold are playing, they deserve a national 5-star rating. Just like the national 5-star rating Bauer Financial, the national bank rating service recently gave Metairie Bank as one of the nation's most stable, safe, and secure banking institutions. For over 60 years, Metairie Bank has been known as the local bank of personal service. And now with this superior national rating, Metairie Bank offers 5-star peace of mind you can bank on. Visit MetairieBank.com for all the details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Join Tommy Tucker for the night shift, weeknights 8 to midnight on WWL.
It's a New Orleans Saints tradition. Turn down the sound on your TV and turn up the Saints Radio Network next Sunday, December 6th at noon when the Saints take on the Redskins in Washington, D.C. Turn up the Saints Radio Network.
41-yard Morstead punt, 41-yard Wes Welker return. 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the Saint 46. They lead at 7-3, 1:14 to play opening quarter. Brady in the shotgun. Resets Moss to the right side of the formation. Saints rush just 3. Brady steps up, throws it, it's intercepted. Mike McKenzie has it. Back in uniform, wearing number 34. He'll run to the near sideline and be taken down at the 40-yard line. The Saints with their 21st interception of the season. The first upon his return to the Saints by Mike McKenzie. He brings it back 7 yards. There is a timeout on the field as the Saints bring this crowd back to life on the interception. 1:02 remaining in the first quarter. Saints trailing 7-3. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Here's Todd Trusclair, CEO of All-Star Electric.
We're proud of our brand new service location at All-Star Electric. The new service location is at 821 Little Farms Avenue in Metairie. No job is too big or too small for the All-Star Electric Service Department.
From commercial work to multifamily units, healthcare, hospital work, retail complexes, and your home. Let All-Star Electric earn your business. Call 504-466-3303. All-Star Electric, lighting New Orleans.
I want gifts this holiday season. $12,000 is a mighty good reason.
That's a classic. But wait, there's more.
Money tree, give me your match. $100,000 would be quite a catch.
It's the scratch-off holiday hits from the lottery.
Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays, gifts, and Money Tree with prices up to $100,000. Fun to give, fun to get. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
All right, check this out. I rummaged around the garage until I found a roll of duct tape. Kept it in my glove box, just waiting for him to show up. The next time he got in my car, we were ready. This dude never wears a seatbelt, so me and my 2 friends duct taped him right to the car seat. We wrapped duct tape all the way around him at least 20 times. He wasn't going anywhere. Then I clicked the seatbelt into place, and we took off for the game. Whatever it takes, buckle up.
Home of Prep Football Roundup, Friday nights on WWL.
Well, we're back at the Superdome, and let's go right down to Kristian Garic with the River Parish Disposal Saints Sideline Report.
Randall Gay's hamstring, he's been battling that a couple weeks. It's tightened up on him again. And after the interception, Roman Harper told Mike McKenzie, you've been here one game and you already got one?
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of the Saints. Handed off to Mike Bell, running left. Stacked up right around the Saint 45-yard line and driven backward by the left inside linebacker, Gerard Mayo. That's good for 4 yards. Mike McKenzie, 2 serious knee injuries the last 2 years. It appeared his career was over. And they bring him in off the streets, and he just does what he did all the time he was here before.
I mean, again, Jim, I'm not exactly sure that he was the quote-unquote starter. But, I mean, he's been in the ball game practically the whole time.
2nd and 6 from the 45. Running straight ahead, Pierre Thomas. All the way down to the 29-yard line of the Patriots. Pierre Thomas bursting through the right side of that Patriot defensive line for a 26-yard gain. Safeties Brandon Merriweather and Brandon McGowan bring him down.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like so much about Pierre Thomas right there. He saw the gash. He took it upfield. Now he's facing the secondary people. He doesn't try and do anything fancy because he basically knows that, you know, that's not my style. Let me just go ahead and attack these guys in the secondary.
15 minutes of football history in the Superdome. We head to the second quarter with the Patriots leading the Saints 7-3. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
It's time to get fired up. Time to get pumped. It's a whole new season, and this is going to be our year. The entire Bill Hood team of dealerships is on your side. We're a leader in low prices, service, and selection. So rush in to Bill Hood Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Hammond. Bill Hood Nissan, Mazda, and Hyundai on the import corner in Hammond. Hood Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Amit. Or Hood Northlake Chevrolet in Covington. The Bill Hood team of dealerships is going all out this year. Visit hoodauto.com.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 130 has been lighting up New Orleans and has been a vital asset to our city for more than 100 years. Our involvement in the community has been an important part of the growth of the greater New Orleans area. Through our Code of Excellence program, we guarantee our guys are the best trained, most skilled, drug-free, OSHA-compliant electricians anywhere. IBEW Local 130, building New Orleans with pride. Call us at 504-831-1372 or online at IBEWLU130.com.
You know, they say if you want to change your life, you've got to change your lifestyle. This is the Big Chief. That's exactly what I did. I contacted Surgical Specialists of Louisiana at yweight.com. They're the most experienced laparoscopic weight loss practice in the Gulf South. I had a procedure called a gastric sleeve. And now, in 6 months' time, I've lost over 90 pounds. I'm not here to sell you a pill, but I am here to sell you a lifestyle change. To change your lifestyle, log on to yweight.com.
As New Orleans is the Louisiana Superdome. WWL AM, FM, and .com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts will donate $4 per rushing yard to the Heath Evans Foundation, fostering hope and healing in sexually abused children.
After the first quarter, the Patriots had 5 first downs. The Saints had 4. 47 rushing yards for New England, 48 for New Orleans. 33 yards through the air for New England, 56 through the air for New Orleans, including a 33-yarder to Devery Henderson that opened this game. 80 total yards for the Patriots to 104 for the Saints. Time of possession pretty even. 7:52 New England and 7:08 for New Orleans.
Well, I mean, we saw all the fireworks that we expected to see, but, I mean, it just seemed like that first quarter went by so fast. No penalties. You had the 1 interception. Just 2 good teams out there playing good, clean football.
And if you're joining us a bit late, Reggie Bush inactive tonight. The Saints worked him out about 3 hours before the game with Scotty Patton and Sean Payton looking on and decided he could not go with his sore knee. 1st and 10 Saints from the Patriot 29-yard line. They move it left to right on the first play of the second quarter. Mike Bell will move it very little as he runs left side. Might have picked up a yard. Ty Warren on the stop. And is this Bell who is hurt?
Bell is down.
Mike Bell is down at the 29-yard line as the Saints medical corps comes on. Now, he's gotten back up to his hands and knees, but they're going to ask him to stay down there where they look at the injury and assess how serious it is. So as they do, we will break away. 14:48 to play second quarter. Patriots 7 and New Orleans Saints 3. And this is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Get ready for a huge blowout yard sale on quality used Caterpillar equipment at Louisiana Rents in Baton Rouge. We're putting equipment out at the lowest price possible. So be sure to stop in at Louisiana Rents, 10-414 Airline Highway between 1 and 3 p.m. on Thursday, December the 10th for great year-end sales. That again is at Caterpillar Equipment, Louisiana Rents in Baton Rouge.
Hey, Saints fans, kick off your next paint project by going straight to the pros at Lowe's, the official home improvement warehouse of the New Orleans Saints and the Louisiana Superdome. Lowe's has the know-how, supplies, and high-quality paint like Valspar to help you transform any room, all at everyday low prices. Stop by today and get your paint project started. Lowe's, let's build something together.
What does it take to be a People's Health champion? In August 2009, at age 80, Dwight Smith led the Louisiana Tigers to a silver medal in basketball at the National Senior Olympics, scoring more than 100 points. Besides contributing the most blocks and rebounds, he also led the team in three-point shots, even though a previous on-court accident left him blind in one eye. Do you know someone like Dwight Smith who's accomplished something extraordinary after age 65? Nominate that person to be a People's Health champion on the Saints website or at peopleshealth.com.
Catch Don Dubuque for Louisiana's Great Outdoors Saturday mornings 5 to 7 on WWL.
Mike Bell comes off the field under his own power. He'll get Kristian Garic to check on that, having carried 3 times for 11 yards. The last a gain of 1, bringing up 2nd and 9 at the Patriot 28-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Breeze rolls in that direction, throws to Meacham. Meacham trying to break away from the tackle, cannot, and will be dragged down around the 22-yard line. Brandon McGowan along with Jonathan Wilhite combined to limit Meacham to a 6-yard gain.
Saints are going with a no huddle right now. With that situation 3rd and short right now, they want to catch the Patriots off guard.
3rd and 9 from the 22. Run it with Pierre Thomas, and he's going to be stacked up by the big nose tackle, Vince Wilfork. No appreciable gain on the play, and it'll bring up 4th down. Drew Brees looks to the Saints sideline for guidance. And for the moment, at least, he and the offense are going to remain out there.
Well, you know, I said that the Saints went up there with a no huddle, got right to the line of scrimmage. I'm not so sure that they didn't fool themselves, because it really didn't look like the Saints offensive line was set and ready to go. No penalty thrown, but it didn't look like that they were really just set up.
4th and 1 from the 20. 2 receivers stacked to either side. The running back is Thomas. Pierre Thomas has the 1st down. Taking it behind Jari Evans and Jonathan Goodwin for a gain of 3 as the Saints convert. Just the 4th time in 11 attempts that the Saints have been able to convert on 4th down. And for the 5th time in 11 attempts, the opponent has converted against the Patriot defense. So the drive continues, and it's 1st and 10 Saints at the Patriot 18, 13:07 to play. 2nd quarter, Patriots lead 7-3. Here's Breeze setting up a little screen to the near sideline to Thomas. Thomas stays on his feet, down to the 5, down to the goal line, and he plunges in for the touchdown. An 18-yard reception.
Just a good piece of running after the catch right there by Pierre Thomas. He got out there, got the low screen, got in behind his blockers, and once a couple of those guys made a block, I mean, he just used his eyes and used his legs just to follow in behind those guys. And with that touchdown pass, the Breeze Green Foundation was energized by South Coast Solar with another $150 donation. South Coast Solar, dependable, renewable energy. SouthCoastSolar.com.
Real good block by Jari Evans, opening the way for Pierre Thomas, taking it out on the right flat and in from 18 yards out. John Carney's extra point is up and through, and the Saints have retaken the lead. With 12:55 to play before halftime, it's the Saints 10 and the Patriots 7. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Hey, football fans, Hokie Gajan here with a special offer from my friends at Subway Restaurants, the official tailgating partner of the New Orleans Saints. Head into your local Subway restaurant to receive an exclusive Saints tailgating collector's cup with the purchase of a fresh value meal. Includes a 6-inch sub, chips, and a 32-ounce Saints tailgating collector's cup. Tackle your hunger like a champ. Over 160 Subway restaurants locally owned and operated. Subway, play hard, eat fresh. For a limited time only at participating restaurants while supplies last.
Hi, this is Sean Payton, head coach of the New Orleans Saints. In today's economy, are you feeling like your bank has forgotten you on the bench? If your bank isn't giving you the kind of service and attention you'd like, call First Bank & Trust today. Whether you're looking for a loan or line of credit, First Bank & Trust is always on your team.
In Baton Rouge, go see First Bank & Trust Market Area President Cleve Langlois
at 8383 Jefferson Highway in Baton Rouge. First Bank and Trust, equal housing lender, and the official bank of the New Orleans Saints.
Over a century since it first opened as the legendary Krause department store on Canal Street in 1903, a brand new $70 million renovation has transformed this iconic structure into the contemporary and luxurious new condominium community known simply as 1201 Canal. Just steps from the French Quarter, Superdome, and over $3 billion in new downtown development, 1201 Canal is an unprecedented opportunity for an effortless lifestyle in the heart of the action where your investment will continue to grow. Visit online at 1201canal.com.
People you trust. Bob Del Giorno, weekday mornings 6 to 10 on WWL.
Back here at the Louisiana Superdome, Hokie Gajan, Jim Henderson, and Kristian Garic with the River Parish Disposal Saints Sideline Report. What you got, Kristian?
It looks like a stinger for Mike Bell. Saints trainers were checking out the strength of his shoulder and the neck area and his hands. He looks pretty good to go. He's up moving around. Doesn't look like he's in a whole lot of pain. And on that touchdown run by Pierre Thomas, one Patriots defender got up looking at his hands, thinking he had them, but didn't know where he went.
Terrence Wheatley along with Matthew Slater back deep awaiting the kickoff by Thomas Morstead. Mike McKenzie intercepts at the Saint 41-yard line. The Saints take it 59 yards in 7 plays. 3 minutes and 7 seconds come off the clock. 18-yard touchdown pass breeze to Thomas, with Thomas converting a 4th and 2 at the New England 21, the key play in that drive. This is going to be Slater from 2 yards deep in his end zone. Back to the 15. He's to the 20. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Roman Harper down there as one of the key tacklers on a 30-yard return. 12:49 to play before halftime. Saints 10 and the Patriots 7. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Hey ladies, Hokie here. Men Like Tools in Napa Auto Parts has tools, tool sets, toolboxes, and pretty much everything you need for the do-it-yourselfer on your list for this holiday season. Like a 7-piece gear wrench combo set in SAE or metric for just $29.99, or a 9-piece combo wrench set in SAE or metric specially priced at just $9.55 now at Napa. Plenty more on sale throughout December too. So get to Napa today and get the good stuff.
Get the good stuff! The lawyers at Stanley, Reuter, Ross, Thornton, and Alford know the value of academic excellence. That's why they're sponsoring their Partners for Education initiative to support local schools. Listen to Rick Stanley.
I grew up here and received a fine education in local public schools. We want the children in our community to have that same opportunity today. This week, we will sponsor a donation to Ben Franklin Elementary School to promote excellence in local education.
Stanley, Reuter, Ross, Thornton, and Alford. Business litigators for New Orleans and the Gulf South region.
For over a century, Southern Scrap Recycling has been the leader in metal recycling. I'm Joel Dupre with Southern Scrap Recycling, and as a leader in recycling and our love for the cities of the Gulf South, we are aiding police and prosecutors with the challenge of metal theft. We must guard against stolen metal entering our yards and lead other recyclers to eliminate a market for stolen metal. Recycling is a business. Metal theft is a crime. If you witness such theft, call your local law enforcement immediately. We will work with police and prosecutors to slow and ultimately eliminate metal theft. Southern Scrap Recycling is proud to be part of the rebuilding of the Gulf Coast.
As New Orleans is Filet Gumbo, the Big 870, 105.3 FM, and WWL.com.
These two teams just 1 for 6 combined in 3rd down conversions, but 3 of 3 in 4th down conversion attempts. Successfully doing so on their touchdown drives. 1st and 10. Handing it off on the end around to Welker, and Wesley Welker will be dropped after a short gain. Jonathan Vilma along with Scott Shanley on the stop. Welker's on a pace for 138 receptions prior to this game. Marvin Harrison with 143 has the NFL record. That's a pickup of 3, and there is a Patriot shaken up. That is the right guard, Stephen Neal, who requires attention at the Patriot 29-yard line. And Welker is a multi-talented guy. As a rookie in 2004 with Miami, he returned a punt 71 yards against the Patriots to get their attention. And they eventually sent 2nd and 7th round picks to the Dolphins for him in the 2007 draft. One of the great steals of all time.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Jim. I mean, he is the ideal guy to have as a slot receiver because of his quickness and the precise routes they run. And he'll go over the middle and catch the football, which is what you're going to have to do when you're the slot guy.
2nd and 7 from the Patriot 29. Brady in the shotgun. Splits Watson out to the near side of the field. Moss to the far. He'll throw over the middle to Welker. Welker with running room dives to the 40-yard line, and that will be a Patriot first down. Jonathan Vilma on the stop. The gain is 11 yards. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the New Orleans Saints radio network.
The news, talk, and sports leader. The Big 870 WWL New Orleans. 105.3 WWL FM Kenner New Orleans and WWL.com.
First and 10 Patriots. New England 39. 11:45 to play before halftime. Saints up 10-7. Maroney gets the call right side. And he'll be dropped around the 43, perhaps the 44-yard line of New England by Cedric Ellis along with Roman Harper. See Chris McAllister in there a bit earlier on this series, Hoke, and he remains in there on the left corner. So your corners right now are McKenzie and McAllister. McKenzie added last week, McAllister 2 weeks ago.
Well, I think probably what they're doing, Jim, is they want to get those guys out there to get some playing time and all that, but don't want to burn them out because they know they're not really in football shape.
2nd and 5 from the Patriot 44. One back. Brady up under center. Maroney is that lone setback, and Brady ducks out from underneath center and calls timeout with the play clock winding down. Patriots take their first timeout with 11 minutes remaining in the second quarter, trailing the Saints 10-7. This is the New Orleans Saints radio network.
Kick off this season with the best lineup of solar energy products from South Coast Solar, Louisiana's largest solar energy company. With a Pro Bowl caliber installation team, the most powerful solar panels on the planet from SunPower, and up to 80% in tax credits from the government. Your electric meter will actually spin backward. And using their 18-month no-payment finance program, it's like getting a year and a half of electricity for free. Call South Coast Solar for your free estimate at 504-529-SUN9 or visit southcoastsolar.com.
In New Orleans, we have carnival balls, debutante balls, snowballs, high balls, screw balls, and odd balls. We've got balls. That's why New Orleans is a Harley town. Ride with pride. Hit the streets on a new 2010 Harley-Davidson model for just $199 a month. That's a new full-size 2010 Harley-Davidson model for $199 a month for qualified buyers. Visit the largest Harley-Davidson showroom in the Gulf South. New Orleans Harley-Davidson, Airline Drive in Metairie or Lapalco Boulevard in Harvey.
Hokie here. When you shop at Rouse's, it has 3 times the economic impact on our community as shopping a national chain. So buy local, eat local. Nobody sells more Louisiana groceries than Rouse's. If it's grown, caught, or made in Louisiana, you'll find it at Rouse's.
You're the one at 81. So many locations for everyone. So come on and shop Louisiana's own.
81 Appliance and Electronics.
Happy holidays from A1.
People you trust. John Spud McConnell, weekdays 1 to 4 on WWL.
Wesley Welker has 2 receptions for 15 yards. Randy Moss has been thrown to twice, has no receptions, and he was the intended target when Mike McKenzie intercepted Tom Brady late in the first quarter, leading the Saints on their touchdown drive that gave them the 10-7 lead.
Well, Jim, the report we got on Mike Bell is he suffered a stinger, but he is expected to return back in this ball game, so that's good news for the Saints ground attack.
Because they are missing Reggie Bush, and if Bell couldn't return, they'd be down to Thomas along with Lionel Hamilton. 2nd and 5 from the Patriot 44. Brady in the shotgun. Points out blocking assignments, and his line mates relay it to one another. Brady stamps his foot, calls for the football, throws it out to the right side, and it is dropped. Intended for Sammy Morris. Would have been a short gain. Jonathan Vilma was out there on him.
Well, you know, you kind of got to, I don't know, when you sit here and you watch the Tom Brady's and the Drew Brees and the Peyton Manning, when those guys get up to the line of scrimmage and they start pointing everybody out, you know what I mean? You know they got something in their mind. What do they want to do? And you start seeing defensive players move all around and all that kind of stuff. You go, man, it's just organized chaos out there.
Patriots 0 for 2 in 3rd down conversions. This is 3rd and 5 from the Patriot 44. Brady in the shotgun with Welker and Moss to the right. Brady with time throws it short, and McKenzie makes the tackle on the receiver. Sam Aiken well short of the first down, and Mike McKenzie has brought some energy with him back to the black and gold, returning to his number 34 uniform. That is just a 3-yard gain, and the Patriots will have to punt it away.
Now, you'd be hard-pressed to convince me that Mike McKenzie has had 2 knee injuries the last couple of years, watching what he has done in the early stages of this game.
I would agree. Chris Hansen is the punter. He had one blocked last week by the Jets. Devery Henderson stands back at the 10 in the absence of Reggie Bush tonight. The left-footed booter hangs it high. Henderson has some room as he takes it in at the 14-yard line. Across the 20, up the far sideline, and pushed out of bounds in front of the Patriot bench. They will spot the football at the Saint 25-yard line. That's where they will have it when we return after a 39-yard punt. 11 on the return by Henderson, and Eric Alexander on the tackle for New England. 10:02 to play, second quarter. Saints 10 and the Patriots 7. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal Guy.
Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal Guy.
You've combined the 3 things you love most in this world. Your girlfriend, your team, and lots of attention.
Everyone look at me.
Your first proposal, her hand in marriage. Your second proposal, 2 more jumbo chili dogs.
Chili cheese.
It's the perfect plan, unless her name is spelled wrong. She's in the bathroom, or she says no.
Pretty please.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Bachelor, on the big screen. And remember that even if she says no, we'll always say yes.
Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Listen up, fans. Bobby Hebert here, telling you that in all my years of professional football, I've never seen a better way to stay connected to the latest football news, scores, and highlights than with AT&T, the fastest 3G network in New Orleans. For just $15 a month, AT&T Mobile Web gives you unlimited access to the internet, so I can constantly keep up with the latest stats and player updates. Or use AT&T Unlimited Messaging to send texts, instant messages, and pictures to everyone from your tailgate party. AT&T, your world delivered.
3G not available in all areas. Basic service plan required. Certain geographic and other monthly charges and restrictions apply. See store for details.
We lead, they follow. WWL.
First and 10 Saints, New Orleans 25-yard line. They move it left to right with 10:02 to play. Before halftime, leading the Patriots 10-7. Breeze will begin from the shotgun, 3 to the right of him and 2 to the left. Patriots twist up front. Breeze going to throw down the seam. Wide open, Devery Henderson. Nobody's within 20 yards of him. He could do the backstroke into the end zone from there, and he'll take it in for a 75-yard touchdown strike.
Well, I mean, that was just an absolute busted coverage by New England. That's something you won't see very often with them. I mean, I'm sure that Devery was sitting out there going, holy cow, I mean, there ain't nobody around me. What am I supposed to do? Only thing he's got to do is catch it. I could have ran it in from there.
9 seconds it took them to go 75 yards, and Henderson will never score one any easier than that. He's had 33 and 75-yard receptions. Breeze looked off the safety to his left, threw it to his right to Henderson. There was nobody even in the picture. The nearest guy to him was linebacker Gerard Mayo. There was no defensive back in the same area code.
Well, Jim, with that touchdown pass, the Breeze Dream Foundation was energized by South Coast Solar with another $150 donation. South Coast Solar, dependable, renewable energy, southcoastsolar.com. Yeah, I mean, you can't draw it up any better than that right there. I mean, you could just see, and I think that Drew Brees probably took a little something off of it, because as he dropped back, he said, there's no reason to try and hit Devery in stride because there's nobody around him. Just get it to him where he can make the nice, simple catch. And then after that, as you said, there wasn't anybody going to catch him when they were that far away.
Just his second touchdown of this season. The Saints go 75 yards in one play in 9 seconds.
Well, see, Devery ain't all that fast. It took him 9 seconds to run 75 yards.
Wow, that has energized this crowd once more. Henderson with those 2 receptions that I mentioned for 94 yards and the touchdown.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Jim. I mean, everything that we said leading up to this game, going to be a lot of fireworks in it. And, boy, I mean, it has definitely lived up to that billing up to this point because, you know, the teams are, what are they? Both teams, I think, have punted one time apiece. So everybody's, you're getting the offensive show that you wanted to see.
Here's Morstead's kickoff, and it's a strong one. Slater, 5 yards deep, is going to come out with it. He's to the 10, the 15, crosses the 20, spun around short of the 25-yard line and taken down. After a 29-yard return, the Saints' Troy Evans brings him down.
You can email your Southern Recycling coaches question to HooDatNation@SaintsRadioNetwork.com. Listen to the Saints Coaches Show on the Saints Radio Network tomorrow at 6:30 p.m.
Tom Brady, 5 of 9 through the air for 46 yards, and the interception by Mike McKenzie. Saints up 17-7. They will run it with Maroney, and Maroney runs over Roman Harper on his way to the 34-yard line. Chris McAllister eventually making the tackle. Some good, tough running by Maroney there. Not oftentimes does a running back get the best of Roman Harper to that degree. They'll call it a 10-yard gain and a first down. So it is 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the New England 34. 9:17 to play before halftime. Saints up 17-7. Brady handing it off to Maroney again. Maroney left side, stacked up by Vilma after a short gain to the 36-yard line, a pickup of 2. Shanley and Vilma combine on the stop. Maroney has scored a touchdown in 5 straight games, but he has also lost fumbles in the last 2. He's carried it 10 times for 56 yards, and with that touchdown that he had earlier in the game, it is now 6 straight games in which he has scored a touchdown. 2nd and 8 at the Patriot 36. Welker wide right. Moss, who has been held without a reception, wide left. Maroney behind Brady. Play action to him. Brady's going to go down. Bobby McRae has him at the 31-yard line. The Saints' first sack of the night. Will Smith combined on it. That'll be a loss of 4 yards.
Well, we were kind of talking about Bobby McRae a little while ago during the break that he really hadn't done what we thought he would do this year. Kind of figuring that as the Saints went into the season that both Will Smith and Charles Grant would be suspended for a while and that Bobby McRae would get in there and he would end up being the guy that wins the starting job. Hadn't done a whole lot, but right now come up with the big sack. And again, Will Smith in there to assist him with that. He's continuing his great play.
3rd and 12 from the Patriot 32. Brady in the shotgun. Saints rush 3. Brady looks over the secondary, throws down the middle of the field, and it's caught by his tight end down to the 35-yard line. That's going to be Sam Aiken who makes the reception. Not the tight end, but a wide receiver lined up in the slot. All the way down to the 35-yard line of the Saints. That's good for 33 yards.
Well, it's a New Orleans Saints tradition. Turn down the sound on your TV and turn up the Saints Radio Network next Sunday, December 6th at noon when the Saints take on the Redskins in Washington, D.C. Turn up the Saints Radio Network.
First 3rd down conversion successfully executed by the Patriots. It's 1st and 10 here at the Saint 35. 17-7 our score. Saints on top. Pitch it to Maroney. Sweeping left. He's stacked up by Jeff Charleston, getting an opportunity to play along the defensive line, along with Scott Fujita and Scott Shanley as well. Just a pickup of 3 yards down to the 32-yard line of the Saints. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. You can hear the Houdat cheers erupting in the background as Aiken and Welker are split out wide to the right, Moss wide to the left. Brady in the shotgun. Saints moving around defensively. Fujita comes up to the line of scrimmage and now backs off along with Vilma, but here comes Vilma on the rush, throwing down the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Welker. Malcolm Jenkins slapped the football away. Welker complaining vociferously that he was interfered with, but there is no flag.
Well, I personally, from just the snap of the ball, didn't see that. I thought Malcolm Jenkins did a great job cutting underneath the route and just putting his hand up there. I don't know where Wes Welker has really got an argument right there to complain about anything. That's just a terrific play on the part of Malcolm Jenkins.
3rd and 7 at the 32-yard line of the Saints. The Patriots are 1 of 4 on 3rd down conversions. This is 3rd and 7 from the Saint 32. Brady out of the shotgun. Looks to his right. Steps up in the pocket. Going to run with it, and Fujita will take him down short of the first down.
There's a flag back in the secondary, Jim.
Down at the 12-yard line. We await the call by our referee, who tonight is Pete Morelli. The flag is down at the 12-yard line, right between the hash marks.
Number 41 of the defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, Welker didn't get the call earlier, but he might have gotten the call there on Roman Harper. That's the first penalty by either team tonight in what has been a very cleanly played game. So a 5-yard mark off, carrying with it an automatic first down. 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the Saint 25-yard line. 6 minutes remaining before halftime. Saints up 17-7. Ace formation. Maroney gets the call, running right. Breaks it out to the sideline. It'll be chopped down by Roman Harper on the far sideline at the 21-yard line. Maroney's seen a lot of the football tonight. Roman Harper with the tackle, limiting him to a 4-yard gain, and it'll bring up 2nd and 6 at the Saint 21. Welker wide to the right. Moss to the near side of the field. Handoff Maroney, and Shanley has him. Anthony Hargrove as well after a very short gain, couple of yards perhaps to the 20-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd down. So some changes made as the Saints will bring Ellis back out along with McKenzie. Take out a couple of defensive linemen in Hargrove and Adele. As the Patriots come up and look at 3rd and 5 from the 20-yard line of the Saints. Brady, shotgun, Moss to the left, 3 receivers to his right. Kevin Falk standing to his left in the backfield. Here's Brady. Stepping up, delivering the football, and it is caught by Welker, and he's hit hard at the 18-yard line initially by Harper, and then McKenzie along with Jenkins bring him down around the 18-yard line, and so this will bring up 4th down, and the Saints have held a 2-yard gain, and on will come Stephen Gostowski.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Jim, you know where that ball is generally going to go when it's in the 3rd and short situation. Going to go to Wes Welker because he's such a tough matchup going across the middle. The Saints are prepared for that kind of stuff. They know that that's where Tom Brady wants to go with it.
Left hash mark, 36-yard attempt by Gostowski is on its way and good. So the Patriots pick up 3, and with 4:14 to play before halftime, the Saints lead is now 17-10. For Gostowski, he is now 21 of 25 on the season, 45 being his longest.
And tonight's game is brought to you by SouthCoastSolar.com. Dependable, renewable energy. You know, Jim, you're sitting right here with the Saints at 4:14 on the clock. They got all 3 of their timeouts remaining, plus you got the 2-minute warning. I mean, that's a ton of time for Drew Brees and this offense to do some things. You can run the football, you can pass it. You got all your options open to you right there. And let's go right down to Kristian Garic with a River Parish Disposal Saints Sideline Report. Gomer, what you got?
Hokie, Roman Harper was talking earlier a week about Wes Welker, and he's going to get his plays, he said. He's going to make his catches. The important part about it, as soon as he catches it on those short crossing routes, come up and attack him immediately. They felt like they could push him around a little bit. If they get to him right away, he's so dangerous in the open field, and you can't let him make the moves. That was executed to perfection right there by Roman Harper.
Just 5'9" and 185, 6th-year man out of Texas Tech, went undrafted, signed with San Diego. They got rid of him He went to Miami, came into his own, and the Patriots executed a great trade to get him for 2nd and 7th round picks. Here's Roby returning the kickoff from a yard deep in his end zone. He slides down, gets back on his feet, slid down around the 19, got back up before he was touched, and was eventually brought down just short of the 25-yard line. That was a 27-yard return, and former Saint Rob Ninkovich on the stop for the Patriots.
You know, that's one of the things that you'll see a lot of, Jim. Kick returners, punt returners, guys that are running wide open on this this turf like it is. It's almost like they're on a wet field. They'll be running, they'll try and make a cut, and their feet will just go right out from underneath them, and you say, well, the guy wasn't hit, but it is kind of a slick surface out there. The good part about that is you don't get your foot stuck in the turf like that old AstroTurf stuff used to be.
Here's Breeze setting up the screen, and it's going to be bottled up after Pierre Thomas is able to wind his way through some traffic and cross the 25, get it up to around the 26-yard line. Gerard Mayo along with Brandon McGowan combining on the stop.
Need I say anything more if I say screen pass by the Saints? I mean, I just do not understand why they can't make it work.
Really no spacing between the running back Thomas, in this case the receiver, and his offensive line. Never really had room to run. 2nd and 7 from the 27-yard line of the Saints. We have 3:25 remaining before halftime. Saints up 17-10. Here's Breeze throwing far sideline. Catch is made by Henderson. Slips one tackle and dives forward for the first down. Tully Banta-Kane making the stop. It was Lee Bodden who missed him initially, allowing the 8-yard reception and a Saint conversion. With 3 minutes remaining and the clock running here in the second quarter.
Well, you remember what you said a couple weeks ago up there when we were in St. Louis, and Devery was the ball was coming to him and everything else. I said, man, I just really don't remember him dropping a pass. He continues on that same path right now. He's catching, and it's a good thing because he looks like he's the guy that Drew wants to go to tonight.
1st and 10 from the Saint 35, handed off to Thomas. Nothing there. He's met by Gerard Mayo and thrown backward. And we have 2:31 to play before the half. That's just a 1-yard gain. Saints have all 3 timeouts remaining at their disposal. Don't have to run a play before the 2-minute warning, as they will look at 2nd and 8 from the Saint 37. Marcus Colston, who has been very quiet, split out wide to the left. Shockey wide right. 2 backs behind Breeze, who sets up the screen and now throws over the middle to Thomas. David Thomas, the former Patriot, all the way inside the 40 and down to the 39-yard line on his first catch of the night.
2-minute warning. And at the 2-minute warning, here's your warning from the Louisiana Partners for Highway Safety, reminding everybody to buckle up.
Saints on the move again after a 26-yard reception. 1:57 to play. Saints 17 and the Patriots 10. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal Guy.
Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal Guy.
You've combined the 3 things you love most in this world. Your girlfriend, your team, and lots of attention.
Everyone look at me.
Your first proposal, her hand in marriage. Your second proposal, 2 more jumbo chili dogs.
Chili cheese.
It's the perfect plan, unless her name is spelled wrong. She's in the bathroom, or she says no.
Pretty please.
So crack open a nice cold Bud Light, Mr. Bachelor, on the big screen. And remember that even if she says no, we'll always say yes.
Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal
Bud
Guy.
Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Listen up, fans. Bobby Hebert here telling you that in all my years of professional football, I've never seen a better way to stay connected to the latest football news, scores, and highlights than with AT&T, the fastest 3G network in New Orleans. For just $15 a month, AT&T Mobile Web gives you unlimited access to the internet so I can constantly keep up with the latest stats and player updates. Or use AT&T Unlimited Messaging to send texts, instant messages, and pictures to everyone from your tailgate party. AT&T, your world delivered.
3G not available in all areas. Basic service plan required. Certain geographic and other monthly charges and restrictions apply. See store for details.
As New Orleans is the St. Louis Cathedral. WWL, AM, FM, and .com.
Well, there have been no challenges in the first half, but if it was, it'd have been brought to you by First Bank and Trust, official bank of the Saints. First Bank and Trust challenges you to see business made personal. In New Orleans, go see Market Area President Renee Oob at 2316 Manhattan Boulevard.
David Thomas, a third-round draft choice of the Patriots in 2006, now has 10 receptions in his last 10 quarters of play.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, Drew Brees has hit his last 6 passes, and for the game, he's 10 of 12 for 191 yards and 2 touchdowns.
1st and 10 Saints, Patriot 38-yard line, 1:57 to play before halftime. Saints up 17-10. Saints will go with 3 tight ends, I formation, fake it to Bell. Breeze looking long, going for Meacham at the goal line. He's got it for the touchdown. A 38-yard strike to Robert Meacham, who has done it again. His 7th touchdown reception and his 5th in the last 4 games.
Well, and with that touchdown pass, the Breeze Dream Foundation was energized by South Coast Solar with another $150 donation. South Coast Solar, dependable, renewable energy. SouthCoastSolar.com. I mean, it's becoming now DrewBreeze.com. I mean, he is. I mean, you look at the way. This is about as good, I think, as I've ever seen him look. I mean, everything is just pinpoint, right on the nose to, whether it's short, intermediate, or deep.
Beautifully thrown ball that hit Meacham in stride. He found the single coverage, did Drew Brees. Jonathan Wilhite couldn't prevent the touchdown reception, and the Saints add to their lead with 1:50 to play before halftime. It's now the Saints 24 and the Patriots 10.
Well, I tell you what, Jim, we figured this game was going to be somewhat of a shootout, but I tell you what, I'm just kind of running it through my mind, going back through all this season and everything else. I don't know that the Saints' passing game has looked as efficient as they are tonight. Everything is just clicking. Drew's got plenty of time in the pocket. His guys are getting open. They're getting open deep. People are making the catches. They're getting run after the catch. All those kind of things that you have to win a ball game like this. So, I mean, at least here in the first half, the Saints have made one heck of a statement.
Breeze on that drive was 4 of 4 for 74 yards. And the Saints with Robert Meacham taking in a 38-yard strike, add to their lead. Breeze on the night, 11 of 13 for 229 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just, he's got 2 incompletions, and I don't know. I mean, I just sit here and marvel watching him throw the ball.
Here's Morstead's kickoff. It will be fielded by Terrence Watley. And he's going to stay in the end zone with it. And with the touchback, the Patriots will have it at the 20-yard line.
Well, we were sitting there, and when the Saints, after they got the big play, Robert Carroll says, boy, a touchdown right here would be huge. We didn't know that would happen the very next play. So, oh, boy, this is fun to watch.
Drew Brees has just been razor sharp. 1:50 to play before the half. 1st and 10 for the Patriots from the New England 20-yard line. Patriots have 2 timeouts remaining at their disposal. Brady will open in the shotgun. Aiken to the near side of the field. Baker, his tight end, goes in motion left to right. Here's Smith bearing down on Brady, who sets up the screen to Maroney to the near side. Maroney forced to the boundary by Jonathan Vilma, who knocks over a photographer down there. In fact, the guy with the Parab mic for ESPN hits the deck. Beautifully executed play as Brady drew Smith in from his right defensive end position, and just as he was bearing down on him, turned around and threw the ball to Maroney in the area that Smith had vacated. 2nd and 2 from the Patriot 28. 1:41 to play before the half. Brady in the shotgun again. Looks around, throws it over the middle, incomplete as Brady goes down, hit by Anthony Hargrove as he delivered the football. Ball was thrown weakly over the middle because of Hargrove's pressure.
Well, and that's the whole thing, Jim. I mean, Hargrove comes up in there, and as Tom Brady is stepping forward to throw the football, he gets hit immediately as that ball is going out of his hands, and you just can't get any mustard behind it.
Brady has been sacked once tonight earlier in the second quarter as McCray and Smith combined. 3rd and 2 from the Patriot 28-yard line. Brady remains in the shotgun. Drops, looks, throws. It's going to be caught by Aiken. He is upended at the 36-yard line by Mike McKenzie, but that will be a first down.
And that was really a nice open field tackle right there by Mike McKenzie, because if he misses that, then the Patriots have a big play. I don't think that it goes the distance and gets into the end zone. Mike McKenzie has been a busy man this evening for a guy that's only been here for a few days.
7-yard gain, 1st and 10 Patriots at the New England 35. Brady drops, looks, throws as he's hit once more into a crowd, and it's incomplete. Intended for Welker, and a late flag is thrown at the 46-yard line. McAllister and Moss were battling there, well away from where the ball was thrown, but it looks like this is going to go against the Saints. Chris McAllister.
27 to the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So a holding call will go against McAllister, and the Patriots will have a first down on the 5-yard mark-off. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the New Orleans Saints radio network.
The news, talk, and sports leader. The Big 870 WWL New Orleans, 105.3 WWL FM Kenner, New Orleans, and WWL.com.
1st and 10, Patriot 40. Brady scampers up in the pocket, throws to the far sideline, and is going to be caught by Welker, who comes back for the football. In front of the Patriot bench, they'll spot it at the New England 48-yard line, a pickup of 7. Clock is stopped with 55 seconds remaining.
Well, Jim, going back to that holding penalty there just a minute ago, Saints have had a couple of flags thrown on them in the secondary, but it's the holding penalty, which is only 5 yards as opposed to the pass interference.
2nd and 2 from the Patriot 48. Brady out of the shotgun again. He's well protected. Now it breaks down, and he throws it upfield, and it's going to be caught. Coming back for the football at the Saint 43-yard line is Randy Moss, his first reception of the night, with Chris McAllister bringing him down. And the clock will be stopped with 44 seconds remaining before halftime. That's a 9-yard reception. The ball will be spotted at the Saint 43-yard line. Well, the Saints have held Moss well in check.
Yeah, I mean, you knew at some point in time he was going to get involved in that passing game, but when the Saints are coming with that 4-man defensive line rush, they're at least making Brady have to work with things. He's having to step up. He's having to go, make the sidestep, things like that. He's getting hit a little bit. He's getting a little bit nervous back there in the pocket. And as we always say, it's not the sack. You just got to get the pressure on the guy, and he's been hit a few times tonight.
He's felt the wrath of the Saints pass rush a couple of times. 1st and 10 from the Saint 43. Prelo shows blitz, backs out. Brady in the shotgun. Saints rush just 3. Throws it downfield, catches Nate. Oh! Sharper puts Kevin Falk right on his back, but that will be good for a first down. He stays in bounds, so 35 seconds remaining, and that's an 11-yard reception as the Patriots call timeout.
Oh, I mean, that's just timing right there by Darren Sharper. And Kevin Falk, you got to give him credit, concentrating on the football and holding on to it after the lick that he takes from Darren Sharper. Nothing right there. Again, it's not a helmet-to-helmet hit, anything like that. Darren Sharper just coming up, playing good, solid defense, and runs right through Kevin Falk. But, again, since he's an LSU guy, I got to give him his props. And nice job of holding on to the football. Next time, why don't you drop it, though?
Just 5'8" and 202, his 11th year removed from Baton Rouge. Grew up in Louisiana, but said he grew up a Cowboy fan and not a fan of the Saints. 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the Saint 33-yard line. 35 seconds remaining before halftime. Saints up 24-10. Brady from the shotgun. Saints rush 3. Brady steps up, delivers the football, and it is broken up beautifully by Prelo at the 3-yard line. It was intended for the tight end, Benjamin Watson. Nice job by Pearson Prelo, and Darren Sharper was back there as well.
All right, well, you talked about Kevin Falk growing up a Cowboys fan. Well, the reason he wasn't a Saints fan is because that's back when I was playing. He said, not a whole lot to get excited about.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line of the Saints. 30 seconds remaining before halftime. Out of the shotgun again. Brady steps up, throws deep, looking for it all into the end zone. It's incomplete. Intended for Isaiah Stanback, who also doubles as the 3rd quarterback on this team. The 3rd-year man out of Washington. Chris McAllister on the coverage. Clock stopped, 23 seconds remaining before halftime.
Well, Chris McAllister right there. I mean, Tom Brady's going to check him out going on the deep route. So let's see what he's still got left. And McAllister actually had very good coverage, very good position.
Patriots 2 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. This is 3rd and 10 from the Saint 33. Brady out of the shotgun. Stamps his foot, calls for the football. Saints rush 3. Brady steps up, delivers, and it's incomplete. Into a crowd intended for Watson. The Saints had Prelo back there, Vilma back there, and Darren Sharper back there around him.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't get an opportunity to watch Tom Brady play that much live. I see him a lot on TV, but he doesn't look like he's on his regular game today. He's a little off target, kind of overthrown a lot of balls.
So Gostowski will come on to attempt a 50-yard field goal. His longest of the season is 45. 50-yard field goal attempt, right hash mark with 18 seconds remaining before the half. Snap, placement, kick on its way. Plenty of leg, but it is no good. He pulled it wide to the left.
No good. The big ball will be placed at the front of the kick. First down, New Orleans.
So the Saints will have 13 seconds remaining at their disposal, along with 3 timeouts, and enjoying a 14-point lead. 24-10 our score. Saints on top.
Well, I think you just said something right there. The Saints have 3 timeouts remaining. I think that just goes to show you how well they've been playing here. And when was the last time you ever got down to 13 seconds at the end of the half and your team hadn't called a timeout? Because there was really no reason to.
Well, the Saints are just going to kneel on this. And that's what Breeze will do. The final 13 seconds of a very eventful and impressive first half come off the Superdome clock, and listen to the reception the men in the black and gold get as they head to the halftime locker room. Halftime in the Superdome. Saints 24 and the Patriots 10. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network. And it's a very strong one. 8 yards deep in the end zone. Matthew Slater will choose to down the football, and the Patriots will start from their 20-yard line. Patriots won the opening toss of the coin, elected to defer. Usually the thinking is every possession in the second half is more meaningful because you've only got 30 minutes of football left, and also some coaches feel like it gives you a half to really look at a defense and figure out how you want to operate on it on your first series of the third quarter. Let's see what Bill Belichick and company have in mind here on 1st and 10 from the Patriot 20-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Play action. Setting up the screen to Maroney. Maroney with some running room. Vilma brings him down, and he drops the ball. The Saints have it. Back to the 20-yard line. And that is Cedric Ellis, who refuses to go down. Now, he may have lost the football as well.
He may have, and that's the problem you get into when a big defensive lineman like that picks up the football. You're trying to make something special happen, but you are not comfortable carrying the ball.
And he gave it back to the Patriots, it would appear, inside the 20-yard line. He easily could have gone out of bounds, but he tried to make another yard or two and ended up giving the football right back to the Patriots because of it.
Well, I mean, nice little bit of running right there on the part of Cedric Ellis, but you know what? That is not what you're out there on the field for. You just go down and just go, okay, I recovered a fumble.
So the Patriots get it back, and it'll be first down again for them now at the 19-yard line of New England. Brady in the shotgun, 3 to the left and 2 to the right. They are Welker and Moss, and this play will be blown dead prior to its inception. Now, I don't know if the Saints are challenging this or not. But because we're kind of blocked from the players, I don't know if Sean Payton threw out the red flag or not.
New Orleans has challenged the ruling on the field that the runner was down by contact after the recovery of the fumble.
Well, based on what we saw, the player was not down by contact, but this coach's challenge is brought to you by First Bank and Trust, official bank of the Saints. First Bank and Trust challenges you to see business made personal. In River Ranch, go see Market Area President Ken Judas at 1201 Camellia Boulevard, Suite 100.
The Saints are 3 of 7 in challenges, 43%. They are challenging that Ellis recovered the fumble and was touched down, I think, before he got up to run with it. In any event, while they look at it, we'll step aside. 14:40 to play, third quarter. Saints 24 and the Patriots 10. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
A uniform says a lot about who you are. Take a professional hockey player. In uniform, a committed athlete. Take it away, he's just a guy beating people with a stick. Uniforms can say a lot about your employees, too. We're Cintas, the uniform people, and it's our job to make your employees look and feel great. Call Cintas at 1-800-CINTAS-1. With Cintas uniforms, your employees will look like a team of professionals. Without them, well, go take a look for yourself.
I'm Joel Dupre with Southern Recycling. We've been the leader setting the pace for metal recycling for 109 years right here in New Orleans. Southern Recycling was doing the green thing by recycling 109 years ago. In fact, Southern Recycling probably started the green project in New Orleans. We now have scrap yards in Baton Rouge, Houma, Morgan City, Lafayette, Lake Charles, Mobile, Gulfport, and right on to Tampa. If you have metal to scrap and recycle from cans to boats and cars, join the leader, Southern Recycling, in New Orleans for 109 years.
The lawyers at Stanley, Reuter, Ross, Thornton, and Alford know the value of academic excellence. That's why they're sponsoring their Partners for Education initiative to support local schools. Listen to Rick Stanley.
I grew up here and received a fine education in local public schools. We want the children in our community to have that same opportunity today. This week, we will sponsor a donation to Ben Franklin Elementary School to promote excellence in local education.
Stanley, Reuter, Ross, Thornton, and Alford. Business litigators for New Orleans and the Gulf South region.
Catch the home team, John Spud McConnell, weekday afternoons 1 to 4 on WWL.
Well, Pete Morelli is back out on the field, having ducked under the hood and about to make a determination of what he saw.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner lost the ball prior to going down. New Orleans will be charged a timeout and a challenge.
Well, it was very evident that Ellis never went down. In fact, he was still on this field of play and never did go down when the ball came loose. Maroney had a 6-yard gain, fumbled it to Ellis, who had a 7-yard return, and then he fumbled the ball away, and Wes Welker recovered. So, as you were mentioning during the break, that would have been huge. The Saints might have blown this thing wide open had they recovered the fumble and had it themselves down around the 19-yard line of the Patriots. 1st and 10 for the Pats. From there, Brady up under center, play action, has time, throws, going down to one knee to catch it at the 30-yard line is Benjamin Watson, the tight end. It looks like this will be a first down on an 11-yard reception, and that ball was thrown with authority by Tom Brady.
Well, you got to appreciate the effort that Cedric Ellis had right there, but you also got to be smart enough to know, this is not what I do for a living. The Saints didn't bring me here to return fumbles for a touchdown. You pick it up, you get whatever you can, and then you get down when you get in traffic.
1st and 10 Patriots, their 30-yard line, 14 minutes remaining third quarter. Saints up 24-10. 2 receivers to his left and 2 to the right for Brady, who puts Watson in motion. 1 back behind him, play action there to Kevin Falk. Brady throws it short for Falk and incomplete. Roman Harper was covering him, so was Jonathan Vilma. The pass was so poorly thrown in the direction of Falk that the fans are screaming for intentional grounding. There is a flag on the play. We've seen the Saints guilty a couple of times of defensive holding. And now after conferring, the officials throw the flag.
By both teams on the play. Intentional grounding, number 12. Offense. Holding, number 27. Defense. By rule, the penalties will offset. First down.
So Malcolm Jenkins guilty of the hold in the defensive backfield. Tom Brady guilty of intentional grounding. The penalties offset one another, and it's 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the New England 30. Moss split out wide to the left. He had a very quiet first half. Welker comes in motion. Brady in the shotgun. Saints moving around defensively with Fujita and Vilma. Roman Harper as well. Here's Brady throwing out to Moss. He loses the football but goes down and gets it back at the 40-yard line. Mike McKenzie came up to trip him up. He broke that tackle, but in doing so, he was stumbling forward and lost the football. Recovered it himself for an 11-yard gain. Jonathan Vilma on the stop. That's a first down at the New England 41-yard line. 13:22 to play third quarter. Saints 24 and the Patriots 10. Brady one back behind him. Puts Watson in motion left to right. Hands off to the running back. Will be taken down after a very short gain to about the 43-yard line. And that was Sammy Morris getting the call. That's a gain of just one. Scott Fujita on the stop.
Well, one thing that we've seen right here just early in this part of the game, Saints doing a lot more here in the second half, jumping around on the offensive line. In the first half of this game, they were doing a lot of three-man, four-man rush. Now they're getting all those linebackers up there, moving things around, trying to get a little bit of confusion on the part of Tom Brady. 2nd and 9 for the Patriots from their 42. Brady in the shotgun, tries to make Watson get up to the line of scrimmage, and now he puts Moss in motion. Now flag has been thrown, and Welker drops the ball in the left flag. So confusion all around for the Patriots on that play as to who was supposed to be up on the line of scrimmage. Moss went in motion late. The throw by Brady was dropped by Welker. So 3 mistakes really in the course of one play. Well, you think about the first half, how cleanly everything was
Illegal
played.
formation. Offense, number 78, lined up in the backfield. The penalty will be declined. Third down.
Well, I don't know who 78 would have been.
I don't know, but the point that I was making, Jim, you know, everything was very clean by both clubs in the first half. Right here in the early part of the second half, a lot of mistakes.
3rd and 9 for the Patriots from the New England 42, and you can hear this play's getting loud once more. Out of the shotgun, Brady. Brady with time, throws far sideline, coming back to make the catch in front of McKenzie is Sam Aiken for the first down in Saints territory. They'll spot the football at the New Orleans 47-yard line. Sam Aiken, 7th-year man out of North Carolina, was inactive a week ago. That's good for 11 yards.
Well, Tom Brady went that side in front of Mike McKenzie, said, you know, 3rd and 9, that the long situation, that figure you're going to have some cushion, and his receiver runs a comeback route, and you know, I don't know that Mike McKenzie is really ready for all that right now.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. Saint 47-yard line, 12 minutes remaining third quarter. Pitch it to Maroney, sweeping right, and he is going to be decked by Vilma for a loss on the play. Back in Patriot territory, it would appear, or just beyond the 50-yard line. They'll say where the initial contact came from Vilma, resulting in a loss on the play of 2 yards.
Well, Jonathan Vilma was all over that. He's kind of lined up deep right there at that middle linebacker spot. He keyed it, diagnosed it real quick, and said, there goes the pitch. I'm coming upfield, and boy, did he just run right through that tackle.
2nd and 12 for the Patriots from the Saint 49-yard line. Aiken is split out wide to the left. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Brady in the shotgun puts Welker in motion left to right. Brady looking, lots of time. Now he scrambles to his left, still looks, throws downfield. He's got Moss wide open at the 10, down to the 5, to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for the Patriots. That's a pickup of 47 yards.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady, he had all the time in the world to throw that. He rolls to his left. I mean, he's just scanning the field. And when he looks back to his right, he sees Randy Moss running over there. I mean, the Saints actually kind of had 3 people around him, but nobody was close enough to really get in there and do anything about breaking the ball up. I mean, that's not much of a route right there that Randy Moss is running.
Darren Sharper and Malcolm Jenkins bring him down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. 10:30 to play third quarter. Saints up 24-10. Maroney left side, jumps over the pile, and he's in. Lawrence Maroney with his 2nd touchdown of the night. A 2-yard touchdown run to go with the earlier 4-yarder he had back in the first quarter. And again, to recap somewhat, a huge mistake for the Saints. Cedric Ellis trying to run the football down around the 20-yard line, having recovered a fumble, gave it right back to the Patriots, or this could have been the Saints in the end zone at the other end of the field.
And that's the whole thing right there, Jim. You compound a mistake by doing something like that. When you're not qualified, I guess that's the word I'm trying to use there. If you're not qualified to carry the football, you shouldn't be trying to break tackles and jump over people, all that. All Cedric Ellis has got to do, pick it up, hold on to it, and go down.
Gostowski adds the extra point, and with 10:24 to play third quarter, it's now the Saints 24 and the Patriots 17. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
We know you've seen the All-Star electric vans around the area. These highly trained electricians have been lighting New Orleans and surrounding areas for years. From homes to businesses, All-Star Electric can get the job done on time and on budget.
No job is too big or too small for the All-Star Electric Service Department.
The All-Star Electric team will analyze and solve your commercial or residential electrical problem. And at All-Star Electric, they specialize in healthcare, hospital, and nursing home electrical problems. 24/7, call All-Star Electric, 504-466-3303.
Listen up, fans. Bobby Hebert here telling you that in all my years of professional football, I've never seen a better way to stay connected to the latest football news, scores, and highlights than with AT&T, the fastest 3G network in New Orleans. For just $15 a month, AT&T Mobile Web gives you unlimited access to the internet so I can constantly keep up with the latest stats and player updates. Or use AT&T Unlimited Messaging to send texts, instant messages, and pictures to everyone from your tailgate party. AT&T, your world delivered.
3G not available in all areas. Basic service plan required. Certain geographic and other monthly charges and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Protect your family this flu season with the patented Train Clean Effects. It removes 99.98% of allergens, including cold and flu germs, from filtered air. Learn how at train.com. That's TRANE.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Hey, this is Bobby Hebert for one of my favorite restaurants, Emerald's. This fall, Emerald's will open at 11 a.m. for a tailgate brunch before every 3 o'clock home game and at 5 o'clock for the Monday night game. Don't forget to head to Emerald's after every 12 o'clock home game at Julie and Chapatulas in just 5 minutes from the Dome.
Wake up with Bob Del Giorno, weekdays 6 to 10 on WWL.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light, official beer of the Saints.
Well, after Maroney fumbled to Ellis, and Ellis fumbled it back to the Patriots at the New England 19, they proceeded to go 81 yards in 8 plays in 4 minutes and 16 seconds. A 2-yard touchdown scamper by Lawrence Maroney, cutting the Saints lead to 7, 24-17. The kickoff will be fielded by Courtney Roby at his goal line. To the 10, 15. He's up to the 20 and stumbles forward to the 25-yard line. 25 yards on the return. As we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
The news, talk, and sports leader. The Big 870 WWL New Orleans, 105.3 WWL FM Kenner New Orleans, and WWL.com.
Brandon McGowan on the tackle for the Patriots. 70,768 in attendance tonight. And it's been a large and vociferous crowd. And they have seen a first half nearly perfectly played by Drew Brees. He comes out and looks at 1st and 10 from his 25. Pumping once, throwing down the sideline. Caught by Colston into Patriot territory. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Look at Marcus Colston go all the way down to the 6-yard line. Just like that, the Saints answer right back as Marcus Colston makes the catch. Brandon Merriweather deprives him of a touchdown after a 65-yard ramble.
And I tell you, nice move after Marcus Colston catches that ball. Actually shows some speed there. Once he got those long legs stretching out, he was covering a lot of ground.
Just the second catch of the evening for Marcus Colston, as the Saints will run it on 1st down to about the 1-yard line. Giving it to Mike Bell, who suffered a stinger in the first half. He was brought down at the 2-yard line as the Saints hurried things up. And now they will look at 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. That was a 4-yard gain.
Well, the Saints just sent Lionel Hamilton in there as the running back. That's a little bit puzzling to me.
With David Thomas in there as the fullback. Dinkins goes in motion. Play action. Brees to throw. Does over the middle. Touchdown. Darnell Dinkins with his first reception as a Saint. Good for a 2-yard touchdown strike, and he's got to be the last guy on the Saints that the Patriots were looking for there.
Yeah, and now with 4 touchdown passes, the Breeze Dream Foundation was energized by South Coast Solar with another $150 donation. South Coast Solar, dependable, renewable energy. SouthCoastSolar.com. It's kind of like when we were reading the stats after halftime. You know, it's hard to say, you just wouldn't figure with the score the way that it was that the Patriots would have had the ball 6 more minutes than the Saints, but that's kind of the reason why.
This quite quick striking Saint offense strikes once more, as the Saints answer the touchdown of Maroney with a touchdown strike of their own. Breeze to Darnell Dinkins, and they take a lead once more of 14 points with 9:02 to play third quarter. Saints 31 and the Patriots 17. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
All right, check this out. I rummaged around the garage until I found a roll of duct tape. Kept it in my glove box, just waiting for him to show up. The next time he got in my car, we were ready. This dude never wears a seatbelt, so me and my 2 friends duct taped him right to the car seat. We wrapped duct tape all the way around him at least 20 times. He wasn't going anywhere. Then I clicked the seatbelt into place, and we took off for the game. Whatever it takes, buckle up.
It's a voice-powered, turn-by-turn navigation system. A mechanical monster that mashes Android apps. High-speed mobile browsing that's a bullet train riding on greased rails. Droid. Google equipped and exclusively from Verizon Wireless. America's largest and most reliable 3G network. Get the only phone that does for just $199.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate. In a world that doesn't, Droid does.
Droid. Requires new 2-year activation on a voice plan. Email feature, early termination, and other fees apply. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com.
Joey, color possesses me. I dream in Pavanon of iridescence. Color and I are one. I'm a painter.
You're a regular Omar Khayyam.
He owned the pads.
No, Bobby, that was Victor. Omar's a poet. Your point?
You don't have to be an artiste like me to decorate your home with taste and aplomb. Go to BenjaminMoore.com to the personal color viewer. Virtually paint any room in your home with any Benjamin Moore color. Or do as I do. Just go to Helm.
Excellent advice. You dream in color?
A circus of color, Joey.
The news, talk, and sports leader, WWL.
Welcome back to the Superdome, and let's go right down to Kristian Garic for the River Paris Disposal Saints Sideline Report. Gomer?
Hokie, on that touchdown reception by Darnell Dinkins, I think Drew Brees was looking for Jeremy Shockey, but he fell down. As they were coming to the sideline, Shockey told him my feet got tangled up, and Drew said, yeah, I know, I was looking for you, and I saw Dinkins, and tossed it to him.
And Darnell Dinkins celebrated by spiking the football over the crossbar. His first catch as a Saint is a touchdown. This is Terrence Wheatley, 2 yards deep. Check that, that's Slater. Oh! And he is put on his back. Courtney Roby and company just dropping him. Who had that big hit? That might have been Lionel Hamilton. It was Lionel Hamilton who just leveled the return man after 21 yards.
And I'm going to tell you, Jim, there ain't a whole lot better feeling for a special teams guy when you've got a full head of steam going down the field and you're just, you're unblocked and boom, you come in there, and I'm talking about just a ferocious hit.
He got blowed up, man. He got blowed up real good. Brady 17 of 27 for 210 yards. The McKenzie interception back in the first quarter. 1st and 10 here for the Patriots, who must fight from behind once again. Run it on the end around to Welker. Across the 20, running for the sideline and pushed out of bounds by Vilma. And he's going to be called for a late hit. Welker taking down Bobby McCray on the sideline as Vilma hit him out of bounds in the judgment of the officials.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 51 with the defense. Late hit, out of bounds. 15-yard penalty automatic. First down.
Welker just 5'9" and 185. Was undrafted coming out of college primarily because he ran a 4.8. It certainly seems like he runs faster than that now.
Yeah, I don't know who was on the other end of that clock whenever they timed him, but I can tell you this, he runs a lot faster than that.
Saints penalized 3 times for 25 yards. This is 1st and 10 up at the New England 44. 8:38 to play third quarter. Saints off by 14 once more, 31-17. Baker in motion. Handed off to the running back Morris, and he is up around midfield, maybe into Saints territory, barely so. After a 6-yard gain, Cedric Ellis on the tackle.
Well, you know, you go back to the play prior to that when they got Jonathan Billman for the late hit. I mean, when you're momentum and you're chasing a guy like that, you know, it's not like he hit him once he got way out of bounds beyond that white stripe that they have. But when you're the New England Patriots, you're going to get some of those calls that go your way.
2nd and 4, Patriots from midfield. Brady in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, Welker to the right. Watson comes in motion. They'll hand it off to Kevin Falk. Kevin Falk with daylight inside the 40 and battles his way down around the Saint 35-yard line. Kevin Falk unhappy with himself that he didn't go even further as he had some daylight. Utilized it for 14 yards.
Well, you know, I think you can see right here, Jim, that the Patriots are not in a panic mode. They're down 14 points. They're running the football. They're throwing it. I mean, they're just staying with their basic offensive game plan, and a lot of that has to do with the Saints, kind of like they've done the last couple of weeks, just can't put the dagger in somebody.
1st and 10, Patriots, Saint 36-yard line. Brady from the shotgun. Harper showing blitz. Brady points him out to his line mates. Here's Brady throwing. It's going to be caught after a very short reception out in the left flat by his tight end Benjamin Watson. Roman Harper bringing him down after just a 3-yard gain. What a terrific year Roman Harper is having for the Saints.
Boy, I'm going to tell you what, he's the guy that has probably benefited the most from this Greg Williams defense. We've talked so much about Coach Williams, and he brought the attitude and everything else, but Roman Harper is the guy right now. He's just making plays all over the field.
2nd and 7 for the Patriots, Saint 33-yard line. Brady out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right, among them Welker and Randy Moss. Brady calls for the football. Saints coming on the blitz, and it's broken up beautifully by McKenzie, who jumps the route intended for Sam Aiken. McKenzie out there on an island, read it beautifully, timed it wonderfully, and broke up the pass.
Well, we made the comment in the first half that if you didn't know that he'd had the injuries and all that kind of stuff, but look at the timing, look at the anticipation of what he's doing. I mean, it's like he's never missed a snap, Jim.
Patriots are 3 out of 9 in 3rd down conversions. This is 3rd and 7. Line of scrimmage, the Saint 33-yard line. You can hear this sellout Superdome crowd in full throat once more. Brady from the shotgun, trying to make himself heard. Calls for the football. Saints rush just 3. Throws it out to Aiken. Aiken breaks the tackle. Down to the 20. Stiff arm Sharper and pushed out of bounds. He'll have the 1st down, and they'll spot the football at the Saint 16-yard line. McKenzie missed him. Had he brought him down on the left flat, he would have been short of the 1st down. Instead, it's a 17-yard gain, and the Patriot drive continues.
Well, I mean, you know, it's hard to complain about what Mike McKenzie has done in this ball game. He's made a lot of plays. Right there, he comes up, and he just kind of gets a hit, helmet to helmet with the receiver, and just couldn't ever get his hands out there to wrap him up and pull him down.
1st and 10, Patriots, Saints 16. Run it with Morris. Morris left. Down to around the 12-yard line. Jeff Charleston on the stop, along with Jonathan Vilma. A gain of 4. This Patriot running attack, 15th in the NFL coming into this game. Just 114 yards per game were they averaging. They've run it well here tonight. The cry of defense goes up as Brady will look at 2nd and 7 from the Saint 13. 2 tight ends to the left side of the formation. Moss and Welker to the near side. Welker goes in motion. Brady out of the shotgun. Looks to his right. Now rolls to his right. Being chased, giving ground, and he throws the football away. Nobody was near it. Nobody was near it. Saints want an intentional grounding call. The officials are huddling. He was was outside the tackle box, so he threw the football up close to the line of scrimmage, hence no intentional grounding. If he was outside the tackle box, it wasn't by much.
Well, I'm kind of going back to the comment that I made just a minute ago. I'm not trying to make excuses, but when you're Tom Brady, one of the elite players in the league, you're going to get that benefit of the doubt when they have a marginal call.
3rd and 7 from the Saints 13. Brady out of the shotgun again. Here come the Saints on the blitz. Brady's going to throw over the middle. Catch made, but Malcolm Jenkins brings down the receiver Wesley Welker in his tracks. They'll say he took that football in at the 10-yard line, and it will bring up 4th down. That's a gain of just 3.
Well, I would have to say that I'm pretty sure that the Saints have worked on that a whole lot this week, because every time Welker has gone across the middle like that, there's been somebody right there to immediately tackle him.
Well, the Patriots were successful twice on 4th down in the first half. They'll go for it again here. 4th and 4 from the Saint 10-yard line, trailing as they do by 14 points. Welker and Moss to the near side of the field as Brady calls timeout.
Timeout.
As this crowd erupts. 4:12 remaining 3rd quarter. Saints 31. Patriots 17. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
O'Reilly. For quality parts for your vehicle, shop O'Reilly. We have thousands of auto parts and accessories in stock, and our professional parts people can even get those hard-to-find parts delivered overnight. And how about these handy gift ideas? 40-piece socket sets, 8-piece screwdriver sets, or 13-piece drill bit sets. Your choice, $6.99. Or 2-ton floor jack or 4-piece plier set. Your choice, $19.99. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Auto Parts.
I want gifts this holiday season. $12,000 is a mighty good reason.
That's a classic. But wait, there's more.
Money tree, give me your match. $100,000 would be quite a catch.
It's the Scratch Off holiday hits from the lottery.
Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays, gifts, and Money Tree with prices up to $100,000. Fun to give, fun to get. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
There's no place like Hotel Monteleone for the holidays. Room rates December 1st through December 25th are $99 Sunday through Thursday and $109 Friday and Saturday based on availability. Revion dinners in the Hunt Room Grill. Monty the Lion tea party Saturday mornings at 10. Choirs in the lobby. Decorated with the Monty the Lion Christmas tree. The Christmas buffet in La Cafe. There's no place like Hotel Monteleone for the holidays. Royal Street in the French Quarter. Call 800-535-9595 or log on to hotelmonteleone.com.
Sports Talk with Bobby Hebert and Deke Bellavia, weekdays 4 to 8 p.m. on WWL.
Anthony Hargrove, Will Smith, Scott Fujita. They ask the crowd to bring the noise, and the crowd responds as the Patriots look at 4th and 4 from the Saint 10-yard line. They converted twice on 4th down in the first half. Moss in motion. Saints jumping up to the line of scrimmage with Billman. Now he backs out. Brady calls for the football, throws, and it's going to be broken up by Mike McKenzie, who almost took it away from Randy Moss for about a 94-yard touchdown return. As it was, he breaks it up, and the ball goes over to New Orleans.
Nonetheless, a great play right there on the part of Mike McKenzie. I mean, he reads that. He comes coming. I mean, if he just catches that ball, he's gone. I know Randy Moss has got a lot of speed, but Mike McKenzie's got momentum going his way. He takes that thing the other direction, like you said, Jim, probably about 94 yards. But I tell you what, I'll take the stop on 4th down.
That savvy 11-year veteran, Mike McKenzie, no one could have anticipated him playing this well, having been sidelined so long with his serious knee injury that he suffered late last season. 1st and 10 Saints at the New Orleans 10-yard line as the ball goes back to the black and gold. Breeze going to hand it off to Mike Bell, and Mike Bell beyond the 15 to the 16-yard line. Gerard Mayo on the stop after a 6-yard gain.
Well, it's a New Orleans Saints tradition. Turn down the sound on your TV and turn up the Saints Radio Network next Sunday, December 6th at noon when the Saints take on the Redskins in Washington, D.C. Turn up the Saints Radio Network.
Boy, this place is electric, isn't it?
Boy, I'm telling you, I took my earphones off there for just a second on that 4th down play just so you can get a better understanding of how loud it is. And whew, the fans have got it going tonight.
2nd and 4 from the Saints 16. Breeze hands it off again. This is Pierre Thomas, and Thomas stopped short of the 20-yard line by the right inside linebacker Gary Guyton. That is a 4-yard gain. So the Saints have really had a lot of quick striking ability tonight with Breeze, but they choose to run it here on 2 successive plays, bringing up a 3rd and short situation.
Well, but I mean, I like this when you're able to get into a situation like this, and you know that you can run the football.
The Saints will bring in Zach Streif for additional blocking help as a tight end. 3rd and 1 from the Saint 19. Meacham goes in motion right to left, backs offset, handed off, and the Saints have the first down up to the 24-yard line. And this was Mike Bell on the carry. And the drive continues.
Well, see, and this is something that the Saints either wouldn't or couldn't do last year. You get in these situations, I mean, boy, you can't draw it up any better than that. 5 yards on first down, 4 yards on second down. Then you pick up the first down, and you're just chewing that time off the clock.
Good lead block by David Thomas, lined up in the backfield as the fullback. 6-yard gain, 1st and 10 Saints at the New Orleans 25. Here's play action. Breeze rolls right, double pumps, throws it to Meacham. Meacham puts a move on Adalius Thomas, and he's beyond the 35 and up to the 36-yard line. Gerard Mayo along with Brandon Merriweather bringing down after a 12-yard gain, but the sticks move once more, as does the clock. 1:50 to play, 3rd quarter. Saints 31 and the Patriots 17.
Robert Meacham is a different player than we have ever seen before. You're seeing the quickness right. Hey, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't see him when he was coming out of the University of Tennessee. The Saints took him in the 1st round. He had the knee problems and everything else. People were just going, he's a bust, and I would have to admit I was one of them, but boy, does he look good now.
1st and 10 Saints, New Orleans 37. Henderson splits out wide to the left side. Play action. Breeze steps up and down he'll go. Taken down for the first time tonight by Adalius Thomas, as Breeze is sacked for just the 14th time this season. That will be a loss of 4.
Well, you know, the offensive line has done such a good job tonight of protecting him like they have all season long. It's just right there. I mean, you know, Drews took the deep drop, comes back there. I guess that was Stinchcomb that just couldn't get Adalius Thomas. But look, the way the Saints have been moving the football, 4-yard loss. Heck, man, you take it and just go on to the next play.
2nd and 14, Saint 33. Breeze from the shotgun, hands it off on the draw to Thomas. This won't get much, as he'll be wrapped up by a number of Patriots. They'll give him forward progress to around the 35-yard line. That's a 2-yard gain. The Saints will have to run one more play here in the 3rd quarter.
I don't know, Jim, I mean, it's like the play clock and the game clock are almost exactly matched up. I don't know that they have to run another play.
About 1 second difference the way I'm seeing it, but we shall see. Breeze is going to bleed as much off it as he can anyway, as the Saints will enjoy a 14-point lead heading into the 4th quarter of this game. Breeze conferring with the referee Morelli and calls timeout.
Timeout.
There was about a 1 second difference. He called timeout with 1 second remaining. The game clock shows no time remaining, but I think he was instructing him to call timeout with 1 second left.
There is no charged timeout to New Orleans. The play clock and the game clock expired simultaneously.
All right. So the final seconds of the 3rd quarter have elapsed. The Saints don't need to call timeout. Just a fraction of difference between the 2 clocks results in the Saints having the football to begin the 4th quarter in possession of a 31-17 lead. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Hokie here. When you shop at Rouse's, it has 3 times the economic impact on our community as shopping a national chain. So buy local, eat local. Nobody sells more Louisiana groceries than Rouse's. If it's grown, caught, or made in Louisiana, you'll find it at Rouse's.
The people of Dow in Louisiana are helping to build communities and inspiring others to join them. The people of Dow in Louisiana have a unique opportunity to apply science to improve the human condition. At Dow, they touch lives. Visit dowlouisiana.com to learn more.
Tommy Tucker for Ray Brandt Toyota. You can go somewhere else and let them up all of your money, or you can come to Ray Brandt Toyota and save big with 0% financing for 36 months on Camry, Corolla, Avalon, Yaris, Matrix, Tundra, Sienna, RAV4, and Sequoia. Plus, cut the price of Corollas and Camrys by $500 if you already own a Toyota. Ray Brandt Toyota, 2460 Vets in Kenner, or visit RayBrandtToyota.com with approved credit.
Fourth quarter, not even close, and we're all still here. We are, with a glass of Crown Royal in every hand, and when it is close, forget it. We are holding those glasses tight.
Oh,
yeah. Sharing a Crown Royal on the rocks. Something memorable. Out of a purple bag, we all know. For every king a gathering. For every king a crown. Don't forget Crown Royal. Watching the game with the guys. Crown Royal blended Canadian whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2009. The Crown Royal Company, Norwalk, Connecticut. Please drink responsibly.
Hear the Saints and LSU in stereo on the Big 870 and 105.3 WWL-FM.
This broadcast is presented by the authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the New Orleans Saints and the National Football League is strictly prohibited.
3rd and 12 Saints from the New Orleans 35. They move it left to right. First play, fourth quarter. Wobbly pass by Breeze is incomplete. Targeted was Colson at midfield. The ball was thrown low. One of the few misfires of the night for Drew Brees, who is now 13 of 16 through the air for 309 yards and 4 touchdowns.
And that legal disclaimer was brought to you by the lawyers of Stanley, Reuter, Ross, Thornton, and Alford, business litigators for New Orleans and the Gulf South region.
So Thomas Morstead called on to punt for, I think, just the second time tonight. And Wesley Welker back deep. Morstead, sky-scraping punt. Welker will have to call for the fair catch. Retreats and makes it back around his 15-yard line. Excellent coverage downfield. Osama Young along with Courtney Roby. Pearson Prelo as well on a 49-yard Morstead punt. Nothing on the return. 14:47 on the fourth quarter clock. Saints 31 and the Patriots 17. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
It's time to get fired up. Time to get pumped. It's a whole new season, and this is going to be our year. The entire Bill Hood team of dealerships is on your side. We're a leader in low prices, service, and selection. So rush in to Bill Hood Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Hammond. Bill Hood Nissan, Mazda, and Hyundai on the import corner in Hammond. Hood Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Amit. Or Hood Northlake Chevrolet in Covington. The Bill Hood team of dealerships is going all out this year. Visit hoodauto.com.
Gabriel, a living paradise. Find privacy and peace of mind in this beautiful guarded, gated community only 10 miles from downtown New Orleans. Enjoy rich tropical landscaping with parks, lagoons, and walking paths. The lakeside location provides private access to the levee and a short walk to Lake Town, the Kenner Boat Launch, and Chateau Golf and Country Club. Prestige, elegance, and privacy await you at Gabriel. Lots starting in the low $100,000 price range. Contact Keller Williams Realtor agent Lyndon Nugent-Smith at 610-2104. That's 610-2104. Gabriel, a living paradise.
Black and gold, where you at, baby? If you're still procrastinating on raising your home, procrastinate no longer. This is Adam Kirschenstein, owner of Coastal Shoring. Coastal Shoring is raising your homes in Southeast Louisiana at no cost to you. No gimmicks, no games, and no hassle. Coastal Shoring is a turnkey organization which is dedicated to creating the best results for you, the homeowner. Who that's? If you love your team and wouldn't trade it for the world, put the #1 defense to work for you. Call Coastal Shoring, 512-LIFT, or coastalshoring.com.
All the news you need first thing weekday mornings. Dave Cohen, 5 a.m. on WWL.
Saints had 4 consecutive possessions ending in touchdowns before the Patriots stopped them there and forced just the second punt of the night by Thomas Morstead. First and 10 Pats from their 15. Brady has been in the shotgun much of the night. He is there now on first down. 2 receivers to his right and 2 to the left. Falk goes in motion left to right. Brady drops, throws deep down the sideline. He's got a receiver, but he throws him at the 47-yard line. It was intended for Sam Aiken, and Aiken was open by some 5 yards, but the ball was poorly thrown. Chris McAllister on the coverage for the Saints, but Brady off target.
Well, that's kind of something we mentioned in the first half. He's overthrown a lot of guys tonight, whether it be sailing them a little bit high or just leading them a little bit too much. And again, I mean, he went after Chris McAllister right there. As you said, Jim, had a step on McAllister.
Aiken 5 catches for 71 yards on the night. 2nd and 10 from his 15. Welker split out wide to the right, 2 receivers to the left. One of them, Watson, in motion. They're going to hand it off to Kevin Falk, and Falk will go down after a short gain. Scott Fujita was there along with Cedric Ellis. Ellis coming back from that knee injury and playing well tonight. Just a 1-yard gain there.
Well, but he's not a ball carrier.
Right.
So
I think we all
know
get that.
Yeah, but you know, one thing that the article in the paper this morning where they interviewed Kevin Falk, and he said, you know, the one thing that impresses me about the Saints defense so much is their team speed across the board.
3rd and 9 from his 16 for Brady. Crowd gets into it once more. Welker in motion. Brady drops, in trouble, steps up in the pocket, throws short, and it's going to be a catch, but short of the 20-yard line. Welker with Malcolm Jenkins draped all over it. And it'll bring up 4th down, and the Patriots will have to punt once more. Just a 4-yard gain. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
The news, talk, and sports leader. The Big 870 WWL New Orleans, 105.3 WWL FM Kenner, New Orleans, and WWL.com.
Chris Hansen stands at the 5 to punt the football away. Devery Henderson back at the Saint 31. Hansen steps into it. Henderson to the far side of the field, comes up and fields it around the 33, backtracks all the way to the 25, now all the way to the 20, and he's going to be tackled back at the Saint 24-yard line. So not a wise decision there by Devery Henderson, who tries to make something out of nothing and ends up paying for it. A 47-yard punt, and it's an 8-yard loss on the Henderson return. Timeout on the field, 13:07 to play, 4th quarter. Saints getting the football once more in possession of a 14-point, 31-17 lead. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Hi, this is Sean Payton, head coach of the New Orleans Saints. In today's economy, are you feeling like your bank has forgotten you on the bench? If your bank isn't giving you the kind of service and attention you'd like, call First Bank and Trust today. Whether you're looking for a loan or line of credit, First Bank and Trust is always on your team.
In New Orleans, go see First Bank and Trust Market Area President Renee Oob at 2316 Manhattan Boulevard in Harvey. First Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and the official bank of the New Orleans Saints.
Hey, Saints fans, kick off your next paint project by going straight to the pros at Lowe's, the official home improvement warehouse of the New Orleans Saints and the Louisiana Superdome. Lowe's has the know-how, supplies, and high-quality paint like Valspar to help you transform any room, all at everyday low prices. Stop by today and get your paint project started. Lowe's, let's build something together.
It's a voice-powered, turn-by-turn navigation system. A mechanical monster that mashes Android apps. High-speed mobile browsing that's a bullet train riding on greased rails. Droid. Google equipped and exclusively from Verizon Wireless, America's largest and most reliable 3G network. Get the only phone that does for just $199.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate. In a world that doesn't, Droid does.
Droid. Requires new 2-year activation on a voice plan. Email, feature, early termination, and other fees apply. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com. As New Orleans is the mighty Mississippi, the Big 870 WWL.
Welcome back to the Louisiana Superdome. Let's go right down to Kristian Garic for River Parish Disposal Saints Sideline Report. Kristian.
Hokie defensive tackle Anthony Hargrove, after holding the Patriots on that 3rd down play there, he came screaming, running over to the Saints pitch, screaming, "The gates are still closed. The gates are still closed." I'm trying to figure out what that means, but
I don't know, maybe something about the Harvey Tunnel or something. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
1st and 10 from the 25-yard line of the Saints. 13:07 remaining. Saints on top, 31-17. Breeze pumps, gives ground, throws, stop. Here comes Colston from the 40. He's into Patriot territory to the 48-yard line.
That should be a flag. You're going to tell me they're not going to throw a flag on that?
Darius Butler on the tackle. Brandon Merriweather hit Colson after he was dropped and got up on his feet, and Merriweather ran into him, but no flag there. That's a 27-yard reception. Beautifully thrown ball right to the spot where Colson just stopped, and there was the football as he turned around for it.
I tell you what, you can credit Pierre Thomas with that throw and catch, because one of the defensive linemen had broke free right there, and Pierre Thomas hit him, knocked the guy down. Drew Brees didn't even have to step up into the pocket or sidestep anybody.
1st and 10, Saints. Patriot 48-yard line. 12:19 to play. Saints 31-17. Run it left with Mike Bell. Mike Bell twists and turns his way down to around the 43-yard line of New England as the Saints run some clock. Gerard Mayo on the stop, and what a show the Saints have put on for the ESPN cameras here tonight. That's a 5-yard gain.
Man, Jim, you know, I'd like to be able to just go back and see what the Saints' average yard per carry is in the fourth quarter, because, I mean, it's just like when they got to do it, I mean, it's 5, 6, 7, 4, just all at a time. I mean, it's unbelievable the way that they are able to run the football in the fourth quarter.
This is 2nd and 5 at the Patriot 43. Ace formation, one back behind Brees. Play action to him. Throwing it short and incomplete for Thomas was Brees, as there was some pressure coming from Ty Warren along with Tully Bantakane.
Well, Drew kind of had to sidearm that ball. I don't know if anybody tipped it right there at the line of scrimmage, but makes the play fake to the right, comes back, and he just kind of got to give that old Ken Stabler sidearm throw out there, and it just things just weren't lining up for him.
One of the few times tonight that Brees misfires. Colston on the night, 3 catches for 101 yards, only had 1 in the first half. 3rd and 5 once more from the 43-yard line of the Patriots as Brees goes to the shotgun. Patriots bring 4 on the rush. Here's the pass, complete to Meacham on the quick slant in front of Bodden. First down, Saints. Right in front of Lee Bodden, the former Lion, the former Brown. And Meacham just growing in confidence with every game. That's a 7-yard reception. The Saints continue to run clock, move the chains. 11-10 remaining in this game, and the Saints up 31-17.
And that's another thing about Robert Meacham that has improved. The way that he is extending his hands away from his body. When he first got here as a rookie, he wanted to kind of get the ball into his body, and that's what they call a body catcher. Now he'll put those hands out there. He is confident in his ability to reach out there and pluck it out of the air.
1st and 10, Saints from the 37. Run it left with Thomas. Thomas down to around the 32-yard line. Gerard Mayo on his back, and the Patriots committing more and more people to the line of scrimmage, trying to make something happen here with the clock showing 10.5 minutes remaining. That's a 5-yard gain.
And, you know, look at that rotation again. I mean, there Pierre Thomas, 5-yard gain. He comes to the sideline. Mike Bell goes out there, and it's just you're keeping everybody defensively off balance. You don't because you can't sit there and go, well, okay, if this guy's in the ball game, that's more of a running threat. Or if they bring generally like Reggie Bush, they say it's more of a passing threat. But when they switch him up like that, they don't know who's coming in.
2nd and 5 from the 32. Run it with Bell, and he is dropped in his tracks by the linebacker Gary Guyton. No gain on the play. Well, the Saints haven't missed Reggie Bush tonight, have they?
Well, and you know what, Jim, I'm going to tell you what, as far as the running game goes, I don't know that he's been much of a factor anyway. I think it's more so in the passing game, especially when they use him as a decoy, because when he goes in motion or does the different things, you have to commit somebody to him. And when you do that, Drew Brees knows where that mismatch is. So it's, and you know, it's probably a good thing that Reggie can get himself well and get ready for the final push here at the end of the season.
3rd and 5, Patriot 32. Half rollout to the right by Brees, pass to Meacham, and he's going to be taken down at the 25-yard line, but that will be another first down.
Yep.
Brandon McGowan, the free safety, bringing down Meacham, who's had a terrific night. That's a 7-yard gain and another Saint first down. Clock shows less than 9 minutes remaining. Saints leading 31-17. They trailed only one time tonight. That was 7-3 late in the first quarter. Other than that, they have led throughout. Meacham 4 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown here tonight. That touchdown reception, 38 yards back in the second quarter, that gave the Saints a 24-10 lead. 1st and 10 Saints, Patriot 25, 8:40 to play. Saints up by 14 points. Run it with Bell, and Mike Bell twisting and turning his way down to the 20-yard line. That's a 5-yard Gary on the very first play of first down, and so the Saints staying right on schedule.
And you know, Jim, another thing I said, I'd like to see what their average yards per carry is in the fourth quarter, but especially on first down. That's where it seems like they always make that big push right there, and you get yourself in a position for Sean Payton, who's calling the offensive plays, that, man, 2nd and 5, I've got the world at my fingertips. There's so many things I can do.
2nd and 5 it is from the 20-yard line. Breeze in the shotgun. Meacham to the near side of the field. Henderson and Colston to the far. Breeze pumps. Now looks over the middle. He's got a receiver right at the goal line. That's Colston. He's in for the score. Another beautifully thrown ball by Drew Brees. Good for a 20-yard touchdown strike. And the Saints add to their lead and their domination of the New England Patriots.
All right, well, that only makes 5 touchdown passes for Drew Brees tonight. And with that touchdown pass, the Brees Dream Foundation was energized by South Coast Solar with another $150 donation. South Coast Solar, dependable, renewable energy. SouthCoastSolar.com.
The free safety, Brandon McGowan, could not prevent Marcus Colston from getting in. He made the reception around the 3-yard line, and he put that big body over the goal line, breaking the plane and scoring the touchdown. John Carney adds the extra point, and the carnage continues. Saints fans are loving every single second of it. 7:49 to play. Saints 38 and the Patriots 17. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Hey fans, Hokie Gajan here. Want to win an exclusive tailgating party for you and your friends? Go into any participating Subway restaurant for your chance to win a 2-hour tailgate party in the premium club level of the Dome. 20 tickets to the game, and your group featured on a ProStart video board during the game. It doesn't get any better than that. Subway Restaurants, the official tailgating partner of the Saints. Over 160 Subway restaurants locally owned and operated. Subway, play hard, eat fresh. No purchase necessary. See store for official rules or visit fox8live.com.
Hi, it's Mickey Loomis. I make a living spotting talent. When it comes to jewelry, the best talent around is at Friend & Company, exclusive jeweler of the Saints. Their exceptional designers will create the perfect diamond ring, earrings, or necklace just for you. Or you can choose a piece from their diamond antique and estate collection. Plus, they've designed the classiest fleur-de-lis jewelry I've seen anywhere. See it now at friendandcompany.com. For jewelry, take it from me, the real talents at Friend & Company, Maple Street in Uptown New Orleans.
Looking for a home built your way on your lot? Then we have the answer at Cretin Homes, your local on-your-lot builder. Hi, I'm Chris Cretin. We have plenty of models and plans to choose from at our design center in Hammond at I-12 and Airport Road. We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 5. Visit us on the web at CretinHomes.com. That's Cretin Homes, C-R-E-T-I-N, homes.com. Or give us a call at 800-259-8905 to make an appointment with a new home specialist. At Cretin Homes, building on your lot is our business.
Talk Gumbo with John Spud McConnell. Stir the pot weekdays 1 to 4 on WWL.
Welcome back to the Louisiana Superdome. Let's go right down to Kristian Garic for River Parish Disposal Saints Sideline Report. Gomer, what's going on down there?
Hokie on a touchdown. Drew Brees got to change the play. Gerard Mayo, the linebacker for the New England Patriots, tried to reset the secondary of the Patriots, and he couldn't do it at time. Drew Brees found the exact weakness he was looking for.
75 yards in 9 plays, 5:18 come off the clock. 20-yard strike. Breeze to Colston, his 5th touchdown thrown tonight. Here's Slater, 6 yards deep. He'll kneel. Patriots will start from their 20. Well, the fans in the Dome, I don't think anybody has left yet. Not many of them have been in their seat tonight. They've all been standing in appreciation of this effort. 7:49 to play. Saints 38 and the Patriots 17. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
We're in the heart of hurricane season, and All-Star Electric can meet your home and business generator needs. All-Star Electric has 12 to 30 kilowatt generators in stock. If for any reason a storm comes and your power goes down, you'll be fully prepared with a generator from the generator people, All-Star Electric. Here's Paul Murray.
We're prepared to handle your emergency generating needs for your residence, nursing home, medical facility, or retail complex. And like we said before, our residential generators are in stock.
Call 504-466-3303. All-Star Electric.
To project a professional image, you've got to have the right uniform. Take a race car driver. His uniform says he's a highly trained competitor. Without the uniform, he's just some guy that keeps cutting people off in traffic. The right uniform can do a lot for your business, too. We're Cintas, the uniform people, and it's our job to make your employees look and feel great. Call Cintas today at 1-800-CINTAS-1. After all, image is everything, and a nice pair of pants never hurt either.
O'Reilly. The next time you need auto parts and accessories, trust the friendly parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. They know what it takes to get the job done right. Professional automotive technicians have counted on them for decades, and now you can too. Give your car or truck what it really needs. Castrol GTX motor oil, now $269 a quart at O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's your best protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Auto Parts.
Get a game plan for extreme weather. Hurricane Central at WWL.com.
Email your Southern Recycling Coaches questions to whodatnation@saintsradionetwork.com. Listen to the Saints Coaches Show on the Saints Radio Network tomorrow at 6:30 p.m.
That should be an enjoyable time. The Patriots have run 61 plays and gained 346 yards. The Saints have run 17 less, 44, and have gained 457 yards. Drew Brees, 5 touchdowns, one off his career high set against the Lions in the opener. But these are not the Detroit Lions that he's facing tonight. On first down, they'll run it out of the shotgun with Falk. He breaks a tackle, and Fujita will bring him down as he crosses the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cedric Ellis had him around the line of scrimmage, couldn't wrap him up. That's a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. Patriot 27-yard line. Brady out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Randy Moss. Here's Brady. Pulls it down. Rolls to his right. In trouble. Steps up in the pocket and throws long downfield. Yes. And that's Darren Sharper who has it. Back to the 40. 45 midfield. Running to the near sideline. Turns the corner. 40. 35. He's to the 30. And down at the 26-yard line.
Oh, have mercy. He had his eyes on getting that thing into the end zone again. Tom Brady had plenty of time to throw the ball, but just enough Saints pressure coming at him. He just threw up a can of corn out there in the center field. And where's Darren Sharper? He's right there to pick it off.
The 8th interception of the season for Darren Sharper, who brings it back 38 yards. He's taken 3 of them to the house. He had designs on a 4th.
Well, you know, Jim, watching the replay right there, the Saints defense, they become so accustomed to guys getting interceptions back there. Look at the way those guys will start forming a wall. It's almost like a punt return, the way they get out there and start blocking.
Wow. Darren Sharper with the interception. The Saints 22nd of the season. 1st and 10 New Orleans at the 25-yard line. Mike Bell running hard. Left side. Squirts through a bit of a crack down to around the 21-yard line. Vince Wilfork on the stop. That's a pickup of 3. Less than 7 minutes to play. Saints on top, 38-17.
I can hear your boys cracking just like mine. I mean, you know, there's been so much excitement in here. I mean, it's just an electric atmosphere. So many big plays and all that. Heck, man, we're going to have to take the day off tomorrow and ice our necks down.
That's a great idea. I think a lot of people will that are here tonight. Unfortunately, I won't be one of them. 2nd and 6 from the 21-yard line of the Patriots. Backs off set. Mike Bell gets the call again. Bell down to the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down. There'll be less than 6 minutes remaining in this one when the Saints run another play. Jarvis Green, the 8th-year man out of LSU, in on the stop. That's a pickup of 2. Wow. I don't think anybody could have foreseen this, not against this team.
No, I mean, I think a lot of people figured the Saints would win, but it's who's got the last possession, something like that. I mean, the Saints have really just dominated this game from beginning to end.
3rd and 4 from the 19-yard line. Breeze from the shotgun, steps up, throws into the end zone, and he overthrows Henderson, incomplete. He was covered by Jonathan Wilhite. And it brings up 4th down, and on will come John Carney.
And Devery Henderson actually had a step on Wilhite right there. Just that Drew was getting a little pressure, kind of overstepped, overstrided a little bit, and that generally makes the ball sail a little bit high.
Brunell comes on to kneel. He'll put the football down at the 27-yard line, making this a 37-yard attempt right between the hash marks for John Carney. Snap, placement, Carney's kick up on its way, and it's no good.
Field goal is no good.
He missed it to the near side of the field, pushing it out to the right. So Carney misses from 37 yards out, and the lead remains the same. The Saints 38 and the Patriots 17. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
I'm personal injury attorney Michael Hingle. Have you been hit by a big rig like this one? If you're in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, we'll take them to court, and they won't be so big.
Michael Hingle has offices in New Orleans, Hammond, Covington, Slidell. By appointment, Metairie, Houma, LaPlace, Gretna. Call attorney Michael Hingle, 1-800-USA-JURY.
Before you accept a quick check with me.
From shirts, hats, jackets, jerseys, or any type of promotional item, you need Logo Express. Hey, this is the Big Chief. Literally anything you want with your logo. At Logo Express, you get any type of uniform with your logo screened or embroidered for any type of business, the medical field or hospitality industry. Get logoed apparel for any sports team, organization, or family event. T-shirts with your logo start at $5 and polo shirts as low as $12. Call Logo Express, 367-7393. Get the best for less at Logo Express.
Happy Honda Days at Superior Honda means big year-end clearance sale prices now. Get superior savings on remaining 2009 models, and with less than 50 units available, you need to hurry. 'Tis the season to save with Happy Honda Days at Superior Honda, Manhattan exit on the West Bank.
Race. This is where New Orleans talks about it. This is where you talk about it. WWL, AM, FM, and .com. The news, talk, and sports leader. Check out Bobby Hebert's blog and exclusive Saints stories at WWL.com.
Tonight's game was delivered by the Satellite Center, the official transmission provider to the Saints Radio Network. Call the Satellite Center at 504-888-DISH to broadcast your sports network.
So the Saints can't turn Darren Sharper's interception that he carried to the New England 25 into points. John Carney misfiring from 37 yards out. And they will run it with a new running back, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, getting his first carry of the night. And there's also a substitution at quarterback as the Patriots have pretty much packed it in and waved the white flag. Tom Brady heads to the bench, and Brian Hoyer comes on to mop up, the rookie free agent out of Michigan State.
Well, it's a New Orleans Saints tradition. Turn down the sound on your TV and turn up the Saints Radio Network next Sunday, December 6th at noon, when the Saints take on the Redskins in Washington, D.C. Turn up Saints Radio Network.
Green Ellis once more, right side, stopped short of the 30-yard line. Well, I think if you were a Saints fan and you were told that, well, with about 5 minutes left in this game, Brian Hoyer will be quarterbacking the Patriots and Ben Jarvis Green Ellis will be running the football, you'd have to say
they had injuries.
Or the Saints were getting blown out or were blowing out the Patriots. Unfortunately, the latter is the case. Brady on the night, 22 of 36, 237 yards. He was intercepted twice. 3rd and 8 from the Patriot 29. Hoyer going to the shotgun. Hoyer steps up, delivers the football, and way wide of his intended receiver up at the 45-yard line. That was Isaiah Stanback. So you've got Brian Hoyer throwing the ball to Isaiah Stanback with Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis behind him instead of the likes of Randy Moss, Wes Welker, Tom Brady, and Lawrence Maroney.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not the names that you're accustomed to playing out there with the Patriots in the fourth quarter of a ball game. And I'll tell you what, Jim, well, I'm going to tell you what, if there was any doubt about the Saints' ability to be able to win football games, I think tonight proved that they are pretty salty.
Here's Chris Hansen's punt. Henderson calls for and makes the fair catch back around the 21-yard line as the Houdat cheer erupts in the stands.
Well, as you said just a moment ago, I don't think anybody has left this stadium, and if they have, it's very, very few. But I think these folks want to hang around and send this team off. You probably get a victory lap from some of the players running around here appreciating what these fans have done, what they've meant to this ball game tonight.
Breeze 18 of 23 on the night for 371 yards and 5 touchdowns. The Saints put 38 up on the board. That's just about what they average. And it was amazing coming into this game. The Saints had scored more than the Rams, the Browns, the Raiders combined. That's the Saints through 10 games, those teams through 11. How sweet it has been.
Well, Jim, I got to send out some props to the 865 people that given us a hit on our Facebook page. And you know what? If we keep this up, we might just double that number by this time next year.
Might just do it. Mike Bell running beyond the 25 up to the 26-yard line. 3:44 remaining. That's a 4-yard gain. Clock running. Saints up 38-17. Gary Guyton on the stop. The Saints played tonight without both of their starting corners, Tracy Porter, along with Mike McKenzie, and Jabari Greer. And what a great job Mike McKenzie did, along with Chris McAllister, in filling that void. 2nd and 6 from the 26 of the Saints. Darnell Dinkins, who has a touchdown reception tonight, comes in motion. Bell straight ahead to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line.
Well, Jim, you're giving out props to a lot of people and everything else. How about that personnel department with the Saints? Bringing in those guys, not only the guys that they signed back in the spring in free agency, but, you pick up a David Thomas when, the Saints were in need for a tight end. Heck, Mike McKenzie looks like he's been playing in this system since day one when Greg Williams came in. So, what a remarkable job they've done. All those guys fit in. Everything's just a perfect fit right now for the Saints.
3rd and 3 from his 29. Here's Bell running hard left side. He has the first down short of the 35-yard line. Bell went down awkwardly, and there's a flag down back at the 27. And Bell is limping as he comes to the near sideline. He's been troubled with that knee problem. Got it dinged last week against the Bucs, but was able to re-enter the game. And now he comes limping to the sideline, and that'll force Pierre Thomas to come on. One of the rare penalties tonight will set the football back to the Saint 18-yard line and stop the clock with 2:28 remaining.
This has been pretty well a penalty-free game. Other than those first couple of series of the third quarter, not that many penalties coming out. New England has they have none. The Saints have got 4 for 36 yards.
3rd and 14. Run it left with Thomas, taking tacklers with him to around the 27-yard line.
Well, you're in a situation right now. You run this thing down to the 2-minute warning. You line up and you punt the ball. I think New England has already kind of tipped their hand with the last possession that they had. That, look, we just want to keep our bodies healthy, for this home stretch right now. This will put them at the 7-4 mark. They're still. And at that 2-minute warning, and with that 2-minute warning, here's your warning from the Louisiana Partners for Highway Safety, reminding everybody to buckle up.
2 minutes remaining. Saints 38 and the Patriots 17. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Are you tired of constantly painting your metal only to find it has rusted again? Protect your investment the first time with Extreme Powder Coating. Extreme provides expertise in powder coating for your industrial, commercial, and residential needs. If you're looking for a super durable, UV stable quality finish, then call Extreme Powder Coating of New Orleans today at 347-1127 or check them out on the web at epcnola.com. Protect your metal investments the first time. Do it once, do it right with Extreme Powder Coating. Call 347-1127.
If you're still craving for more after the game, satisfy that hunger like all football fans do and head to Subway Restaurant, the official tailgating partner of the New Orleans Saints. I love those famous $5 footlongs. Great deal, and after the game, it's the perfect meal. So bring the entire family. There's something for everyone at Subway Restaurant. Now that they have a special every day for a 6-inch sub, bag of chips, and a 32-ounce drink for only $4.50. A different sub is featured every day, which means I'll be there even more. Over 160 Subway restaurants locally owned and operated. Subway, play hard, eat fresh. Excludes premium subs. Prices and participation may vary.
Why do folks call Blair Plumbing Services the tunneling folks?
It's Blair to the rescue!
To video the line before the tunneling starts. One of the first tunneling plumbers in New Orleans.
Blair to the rescue!
Look for the bright orange trucks. Need a water heater installed? Problems with your sink, toilet, or bathtub? Drain stopped up?
It's Blair to the rescue!
You remember the tunneling folks in the bright orange trucks. Locally owned and backing every job. Call 455-8682 for
Blair to the rescue!
Saints Radio, home of extreme Saints coverage. WWL.
Welcome back to the Superdome. Let's go right down to Kristian Garic for a River Parish Disposal Saints sideline report. Gomer.
Saints working on the right knee. Saints trainers working on the right knee of Mike Bell. They're putting ice on it right now. He will not be back in this ball game. Also, I'll let you get back to the play, Jim.
Morstead's punt is high and short. Welker calls for the fair catch. Makes it around the 33-yard line of the Patriots.
Well, I'll tell you what, you'd have to make one heck of a point for Thomas Morstead. You know, I don't know if there's you got an offensive rookie of the year and a defensive rookie of the year. I don't know if there's a special teams rookie of the year, but boy, has he been an addition to this club. And let's go right back down to Kristian. Kristian?
Yeah, just reading some of the spirit signs down here in the Who Dat Nation. The Saints ring the Belichick. It's not often that Saints fans get to talk trash to the New England Patriots.
No, it's the first time the Patriots have been back in here since winning the Super Bowl, and they were talking about how the Saints compare to that greatest show on turf that the Rams were running about that time. I think they're a little bit more impressed with the Saints than they were with the Rams after they came out of here with that victory. Their first of 3 in 4 years. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line, and this is Hoyer delivering to Sam Aiken to the 39. Well, this will be by far the Patriots' worst loss of the season. They came into this game with 3 defeats. They had lost by 7, by 3 in overtime, and by 1 to the Colts. They're going to lose this one by 21 points to the Saints, whose margin of victory is higher than any team in the NFL, with the Patriots second in that category. Pass over the middle to Aiken, carries tacklers with him into Saints territory to the 49-yard line. They'll spot it officially at the 48-yard line of the Saints. We have 1 minute remaining. That's a 13-yard reception. Patriots have a couple of timeouts remaining, but they just want to get into the comfort of their locker room and onto their charter flight back to New England. On 1st and 10, Brian Hoyer, the 6'2", 215-pound former Wolverine, steps up, throws near sideline, and it's incomplete through the hands of Isaiah Stanback, who is being covered by Usama Young.
Well, you know, Jim, I think you would have to look at, you hear the last couple of games at Malcolm Jenkins, first-round pick. He stepped in there. He's played very well, considering that, you know, he got thrown into the starter's role very early. He did a lot of great things on special teams when they came in the nickel and dime packages, but as being the starting corner, he's held his own out there.
He certainly has. 2nd and 10, Saints 48. Hoyer from the shotgun. Bearing down on him is Charleston and company, and Will Smith is the first guy there for the sack. The Saints' second of the night. We gave Smith half a sack in the first half. That'll be another one there, as he's got about 10 on the season now and still operating at a very high pace. Now has 7.5 in the last 5 games. That'll be a loss of 8.
And I don't even know if the Patriots are going to run another snap. The play clock is right behind the game clock, and the Patriots just saying, the heck with it. But, boy, what an impressive performance by the New Orleans Saints tonight.
Man, wasn't it ever. Wasn't it ever.
And, I wasn't nervous about this game like I have been some other ones. I knew it was going to be a good game, two good football teams, everything else, but you just kind of figured it was going to go right down to the wire, and that never really did happen. The Saints come out and get a field goal on their opening drive. The Patriots answer that with a touchdown. You say, okay, we're in for the shootout that we all expected. But then from that point on, it was pretty well all Saints.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the New Orleans Saints radio network.
The news, talk, and sports leader. The Big 870 WWL New Orleans, 105.3 WWL FM Kenner New Orleans, and WWL.com.
There are two 11-0 football teams left in the NFL, and your New Orleans Saints are one of them. That's the end of our game tonight with the final score of the Saints 38 and the New England Patriots 17. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Hi, this is Mike to tell you, our hometown football heroes are creating smiles each weekend. At Oakland Hart Jewelers, we're in the business of creating smiles. Our tremendous selection of engagement rings combined with unbeatable prices will put a smile on your face and the perfect engagement ring on her hand. Our master craftsmen create unique diamond designs in our store on Metairie Road, and we pass those savings on to you for that just perfect holiday gift. At Oakland Hart Jewelers on Metairie Road, our greatest creation is your smile.
Hokie here. We got fans been following this team from Dempsey's kick through Deuce's final run. These fans have seen it all. Same with River Parish Disposal. River Parish Disposal has more than 25 years experience. Trust me, these folks know everything garbage, from what size container you need to how often you need service. And River Parish can handle all your sanitation needs. We're talking the whole trash and caboodle. Call River Parish Disposal at 738-7700 or go to bizstinks.com. River Parish Disposal. Woo-wee! Our business stinks, but it's picking up.
Join Dan Gill for The Garden Show, Saturday morning, 7 to 9 on WWL.
Hey, it's a final score from the Dome tonight. The New Orleans Saints are now 11-0 after defeating the New England Patriots 38-17. The Saints will play on the road next week at the Washington Redskins. Final score, the Saints 38, the Patriots 17. We will continue here on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Nation, time for the fifth quarter on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network. Brought to you by People's Health is the official health plan of the New Orleans Saints. Louisiana Lottery Corporation, need a reason to smile. Verizon, the official wireless of the Saints and the Superdome. Budweiser and Bud Light, the official beers of the Saints. All-Star Electric, no job too big or too small. Southern Recycling, metal recycling for a better environment. Today's Saints game was also brought to you by Budweiser and Bud Light, the official beers of the Saints. Oakland Hart Jewelers, where there's a great work of art in every box from Oakland Hart. Subway, eat fresh. South Coast Solar, dependable renewable energy. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better parts at better prices every day. Buy fresh, buy local, Rouse's Markets. River Parish Disposal, our business stinks, but it's picking up. Stick around for the reality check on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Looking for a home built your way on your lot? Then we have the answer at Cretin Homes, your local on-your-lot builder. Hi, I'm Chris Cretin. We have plenty of models and plans to choose from at our design center in Hammond at I-12 and Airport Road. We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 5. Visit us on the web at CretinHomes.com. That's Cretin Homes, C-R-E-T-I-N, homes.com. Or give us a call at 800-259-8905 to make an appointment with a new home specialist. At Cretin Homes, building on your lot is our business.
Contracting can be a tough business, and I know a little about working in a tough business. I'm Bobby Hebert, and I'm here with Chris Anderson at Advanced Building Products. Chris, tell us what the pros should know.
If you are using different suppliers for windows, roofing, siding, Hardie, and more, we can make your life a little easier because we carry it all. Large inventories and next-day delivery guarantee you a hassle-free experience.
In New Orleans, Baton Rouge, or Lafayette, Advanced Building Products. They're easy to do business with.
The Locker Room Show on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network. Player interviews and game highlights. Brought to you by Dini's Seafood Restaurants in Bucktown and the French Quarter and Zatarans. Benjamin Moore Paints, the leader in paint and color. Napa Auto Parts. Napa, get the good stuff. Lowe's, official home improvement warehouse of the Saints. Train Air Conditioning and Heating. It's hard to stop a train. Louisiana Lottery Corporation. Need a reason to smile. Cintas, the service professionals. The Locker Room Show is also brought to you by The Locker Room Show in stereo and online on the Big 870, 105.3 WWL-FM and WWL.com. Brought to you by Helm Paint and Supply, where everyone gets contract pricing. South Coast Solar, dependable renewable energy. Firestone, complete auto care stores. Budweiser and Bud Light, official beer of the Saints. Buy fresh, buy local, Rouse's Markets. All-Star Electric. No job too big or too small. On the Locker Room Show. Back to the press box. Here's Big Chief Deke Bellavia on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
And the final score from the Dome tonight, New Orleans 38, New England 17. The Saints are 11-0 on the season. They will play at Washington next Sunday afternoon. Let's go back up to the press box with Saints color analyst Hokie Gajan for a post-game injury report. Hokie?
All right, thanks a lot, Deke. And the only two injuries that we are aware of, Mike Bell earlier in the ball game, got what they called a stinger. He was, down there on the field for a second. He got up and walked off under his own power. And then later in the game, he got, I think it was his right knee, but it was so late in the game that he did not return. And again, I'm sure Coach Payton will address that. And then, kind of another blow to the secondary. Deke, Randall Gay had a leg injury. They didn't really say exactly, was it his knee, hamstring, or whatever else, but he had a leg injury, and he did not return to the ball game. So that secondary keeps getting depleted of players with, some injuries, and that's other than some other minor bumps and bruises. I guess Coach Payton will address that after, but Mike Bell and Randall Gay, that's the two injuries that we are aware of.
All right, Hokie, and when you look at this victory tonight, boy, I tell you what, we talked about this ball club, how they could be scary good. Hokie, I think we saw a glimpse of it tonight.
Whew, man, I'm going to tell you what, Deke, I don't know that anybody in America would have said that the Saints could beat the Patriots by 21 points. And we talked about it pregame during the week and everything else. If you just don't make mistakes, we figure it's going to come down to the final drive. But I tell you what, this was a pretty impressive victory by the Saints team tonight because, the Patriots had a couple turnovers, but they had a turnover, and then on the same play, we gave it right back to them, and you had the Darren Sharper interception. So I just think, the Saints didn't play a perfect game, but heaven knows they came ready to play today, and then the crowd support was just unbelievable. The noise was at a high level. I'm kind of speechless with this whole thing, Deke, because I didn't see a win like this. I felt like the Saints had a good chance just because they were playing at home. Figured it'd be a much closer ball game, but really and truly, I think the Saints dominated this thing.
Well, they did from pillar to post, Hokie. When you look at what they were able to do in this contest, it was almost like they dared New England. All right, we're going to score. We're going to see if you can keep up with us.
Right, and in most cases, you'd figure it'd be the other way around. I don't think Tom Brady had probably one of his stellar nights. He seemed to be a little bit off target, but I think a lot of that had to do, Saints were getting some pressure on him, getting people in his face, making him move around a little bit in the pocket, and, kind of had that same situation early in the ball game. The Patriots were able to run the ball pretty good, but then after that, the Saints made the adjustments and shut it down, and, boy, we're just, and Drew Brees, he didn't really throw the ball that many times. I think we got to go down to Coach Payton right now, Deke.
real quickly, obviously a big win for us to get to our 11th win. Thought we did a lot of good things well tonight. Thought we played a complimentary game. I thought defensively with the injuries, we really did a good job, especially with the depth at corner. Some new guys really stepped up and, handled their role real well. It's a real good team we played. I think our players know that, and we got a lot of respect for what they've been able to accomplish and how they're made. So all in all, it's a good win. We got a tough short week this week coming up, and the key will be just to get our legs back and get our guys ready and focus for next weekend. But a lot of good things, and it was a good win. Questions?
Sean, where?
Hold on a second. Go ahead. Well, I think listen, where they went for it on fourth down, we went for it. When you're in that area where maybe you're just outside of field goal range, it's fairly common. So I didn't view it as anything but a four-down area, really. And we ended up doing it ourselves, and we scored on that drive. So that wasn't anything significant, I don't think, or different. I think it was to be expected.
Sean, where should a performance like this tonight from Breeze put him in the hierarchy of quarterbacks?
Well, I'm not. Listen, you guys can write about the hierarchies and all that other stuff. I thought he was outstanding tonight. I thought he was special. Let's just say he's playing real well, and I thought his locations, confidence in what we were seeing was something else. So it was a great job by him. It was magnificent.
Sean, considering how banged up you were at corner, how impressed were you with the guys, Mike McKenzie,
like I said, Larry,
McAllister?
I think, listen, we had to do some different things. I thought Greg and his staff had put together a good plan. They've got a lot of dangerous weapons, guys like Welker and Moss, and I thought, we hung in there and battled. And Mike's interception was key because that led to points. It just came off a big punt return, if you recall. They came back, returned it, and crossed a 50. And I thought his interception was a pivotal play in the game. So I was proud of how our defense played, especially with the injuries and who we had to put in there late, middle of the game.
Sean, up front here, you guys had a lot of success going down the field today. Was that part of the plan going into the game, or did you see things develop that way?
Well, we're always going to try to get the ball or push the ball down the field, and it's one of those games that kind of moved that direction a little bit, and Drew did a good job of locating some throws. Our receivers did a good job of working outside and then working the middle, and we ended up making enough plays.
Coach, here in the back, considering the opponent and the margin of victory and a lot of things you guys did tonight, can it mean more than just one victory to the team's psyche going forward?
I don't think so. I think, listen, we're glad we won. We're excited about the win, and we got to move on. Next week, like I said, we're on a short week, and it was good. It's good to play well. The schedule last week with Thursday and Thanksgiving and everything, I thought we handled pretty well, and overall there weren't a lot of distractions, and I thought our guys were focused.
Coach, I saw you broke out the Statue of Liberty play, it looked like today. Were you more aggressive against the Patriots than you normally were today?
No, I think I thought we had decent balance. Once we started going, we were protected pretty well, and I think we did take some shots in regards to some of the play calls, but the way he was playing, that made it easy to do, and I thought we had some hard yards running the ball too.
Sean, does it take a special player like McKenzie to not be in football for over a year and to come out and guard arguably one of the best receivers in the league?
Well, he did a good job, and like I said, the interception was a real big play. Tom stepped up in the pocket. Mike kind of undercut a throw that was headed for Moss, and we ended up scoring on that possession. And I thought that was a real good play by him.
Coach, have y'all done anything differently as far as receivers catching the ball, Coach? as far as drills or anything as far as receivers catching the ball. It seems like they're catching everything.
Well, I think between the location and the confidence they have, and that's something that they've done a good job with all season.
Sean, can you talk about Drew's ability to look off people? I mean, on that touchdown pass.
Which touchdown pass?
On the long one, the 75-yarder. He really looked hard left and got Merriweather.
I think on that play, if I'm not mistaken, I think there had to be a busting coverage. Drew did a good job. Part of the design of the play is to push it one way, possibly throw it or reset. And it was the one I believe Debris kind of came free on. Is that the one? And yeah, I'd have to go back and see it. I don't think the corner came. I thought it was a Sam and a linebacker and a weak linebacker. But anyway, it was a good play by him. And he did a good job. But we were in a kind of a slow protection out of an empty set. And he found the open receiver. That was big.
Sean, in the back of the room, in the cameras, there's been talk this week of emulating this team, aspiring to be what they are. A win like this, does it validate you, maybe give you a foothold, or is that something you can only attain with championships?
Well, I mean, I think this, and listen, we've got a lot of respect for what they've been able to achieve. If you really look in the last, I don't know, however long, what we talked about this week was true. And when we first got here, I think it's just common good business to pay attention to those teams that have done it for as long as they have. And it's a credit to Bill, his staff, and the players that have been there and that are there now. And so ultimately it comes with championships, but their formula has been good. And, I think that that's something we recognized early on. And I think it's just being fairly smart, really just paying attention to the success they've had. It'd be silly not to.
Coach, talking about your defense and how they've been able to maintain that high level of play all season, I don't think Tom Brady's had a game like he had tonight since maybe going back to 2006, 2005. Just an ugly statistical game for him, whether it was the pressure or the coverage, just the way your defense stepped up tonight on national TV, down some guys against one of the best in the game.
Well, we knew it would be a challenge. I thought Greg, like I said, and his staff had done a great job all week of mixing up some looks. We know there's going to be certain plays that they're going to be able to make offensively. You're really never just going to, hold a team like that without scoring. And fortunately, we were able to get, a little bit of a lead and then separate from them. But it's an explosive offense, and it's a credit to our guys on defense. I thought that was significant tonight. Even the turnovers, we had a chance, in the third quarter with another turnover, and they got it back. But all in all, it was a good win.
Sean, you happy the way you were able to get physical with their receivers? How much emphasis did you put on that?
Well, I mean, I think, listen, depending on the coverage, you're going to get certain coverages where you're going to try to reroute them and get up at the line of scrimmage. And, I thought we did a good job of that. I thought we rushed the passer well. And had a hand in his face, but that's a special offense. So,
Sean, can you put in perspective just how difficult it is to throw 5 touchdowns against a Bill Belichick defense?
Well, you get a lot of different looks, and the problem is, going into the game, there's so many unknowns in regards to how you're going to get defensed and how you're going to get defensed in your base personnel, how you're going to get defensed in your nickel, and you try to, as best you can early on, see kind of what their plan is, but they do a great job of mixing that up week to week, and so that makes it hard to practice during the week and prepare because you're really uncertain, if you will, of the looks you're going to get. There's no certainty, and that's why they've been successful, and that makes it challenging.
Coach, tonight a lot was talked about this being an ultimate game in the franchise. Did the fans live up to their 12th man?
Fans, they were great. They were outstanding. It was loud. It was unbelievable. And we appreciate it. Monday night, we have a chance for a national audience, and this city's been unbelievable, and it's helped us a lot.
Anyone else? Thanks, Coach.
Anyone else?
Auto Parts Napa, get the good stuff. Final score tonight from the Louisiana Superdome. It's the Saints 38, the Patriots 17. We will continue with the Locker Room Show on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Hey ladies, Hokie here. Men Like Tools and Napa Auto Parts has tools, tool sets, toolboxes, and pretty much everything you need for the do-it-yourselfer on your list for this holiday season. Like a 7-piece gear wrench combo set in SAE or metric for just $29.99, or a 9-piece combo wrench set in SAE or metric, specially priced at just $9.55 now at Napa. Plenty more on sale throughout December too. So get to Napa today and get the good stuff. Get the good stuff!
The lawyers at Stanley, Reuter, Ross, Thornton, and Alford know the value of academic excellence. That's why they're sponsoring their Partners for Education initiative to support local schools. Listen to Rick Stanley.
I grew up here and received a fine education in local public schools. We want the children in our community to have that same opportunity today. This week, we will sponsor a donation to Ben Franklin Elementary School to promote excellence in local education.
Stanley, Reuter, Ross, Thornton, and Alford. Business litigators for New Orleans and the Gulf South region.
I want gifts this holiday season. $12,000 is a mighty good reason.
That's a classic. But wait, there's more.
Money tree, give me your match. $100,000 would be quite a catch.
It's the scratch-off holiday hits from the lottery.
Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays, gifts, and Money Tree with prices up to $100,000. Fun to give, fun to get. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
If your air conditioning man says it's just as good as a train, do yourself a favor. Ask him to prove it. They say it's hard to stop a train because nothing else works as well or lasts as long, and it's more affordable than ever. Prove it to yourself at train.com.
Paula Pink for Benjamin Moore. Benjamin Moore offers over 3,000 unique colors. Go to benjaminmoore.com, click on the color viewer, and find your color. Or better yet, visit your hometown Benjamin Moore store. Bet they can even match your eyes.
Harrison Paint in Baton Rouge and Lafayette.
Follow the Saints on Twitter with the news, talk, and sports leader, WWL.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show. Final score tonight from the Dome. It is the Saints on top of the Patriots, 38-17. Time now to take a look at locker room stats, and they're brought to you by Cintas. Great service, super products, and fantastic people. That's Cintas, the service professional. Looking at team stats this evening in total yards, New England with 366. The breakdown, 244 passing, 122 rushing. Time of possession, 33 minutes and 16 seconds. Total yards for the Saints, 480 yards. 367 by way of passing, 113 rushing, and 26 minutes and 44 seconds in time of possession. Individual numbers, Drew Brees, 18 of 23, completing 78% of his passes, 371 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, a rating of 158.3. His counterpart, Tom Brady, 21 of 36, 58% completion. He was sacked once, 2 interceptions, a rating of 55. And rushing the football this evening, Lawrence Maroney leading the way for the Patriots, 15 carries for 64 yards, 2 touchdowns, while Pierre Thomas led the way for the Saints, 11 carries, 64 yards, an average of 5.8 yards a carry, and Mike Bell, 13 carries, 50 yards, averaging 5 yards, 3.8 yards per carry. Robert Meacham leading the way for the Saints from 5 receptions, 69 yards, and a touchdown. Marcus Colston, 4 receptions, 121 yards, and a score. Devery Henderson, 3 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. And Pierre Thomas, 3 receptions, 23 yards, and a touchdown as well. Defensively, Brandon Merriweather leading the way for the Patriots with 6 solo tackles, 2 assisted, giving him 8. And 2 guys tied at the top with the Saints with 9 tackles each. Jonathan Vilma, 8 solos, 1 assisted. Roman Harper, 5 solos, 4 assisted, giving him 9. Malcolm Jenkins with 8 stops tonight. Scott Fajita with 7. Darren Sharper with 6 and a pick. And Will Smith with 4 and 1.5 sacks. That's a look at your stats. We'll bring back in Hokie Gajan. And Hokie, those numbers pretty much tell the story in this game this evening.
Yeah, it sure does, Deke. And I'll tell you what, you know, the time of possession, especially at the end of the first half where New England held the ball for 18 minutes and 1 second, and the Saints were, you know, down there. But the thing is, I mean, the Saints were the team that could get the big strike right there. And, you know, it wasn't one of those things where you go, okay, well, you look at the stats and it's kind of lopsided and everything else. The Saints had so many big plays. First play of the game, I mean, they go to Devery Henderson, 33 yards, and it was just it was one of those things, and you know, you probably heard me and Jim talk about it late in the ball game, that when the Saints got into that mode of just going to run the football, man, on first down, they turn around and they give it to either Pierre Thomas or Mike Bell, and it's 5 yards, it's 6 yards, and all that's doing, you know, that's burning 45 to 50 seconds off the clock every time they run it. And I don't know that the stats really tell just how dominant this performance was by the Saints, because you can look at the total yardage and everything else, but I mean, they just took command of this football game after the Patriots scored their first touchdown. And man, I don't know, Jim and I would talk during the break and we just go, man, I don't know that I've ever seen anything like this. And to a 21-point victory over what they call the team of the decade. And to be honest with you, the more the week went on, the more nervous I got about this football game as far as, man, could the Saints win it? You got a bunch of people hurt in the secondary, and, you know, Tom Brady's coming in here. He's on fire right now, one of the top rated quarterbacks in the league and everything else. Now, I will say this. I don't think that he was particularly himself tonight. He overthrew a lot of receivers and just didn't look as sharp as I guess we probably expected him to be, but a lot of that probably had to do something with the Saints defense. So all in all, you know, heck, here it is. It's 11 o'clock at night, and we're still talking about it. And, man, I can't wait to listen to the point after, because I'm just curious, you know, what the fans are going to say when they call in, because, I mean, this was it's such an impressive performance.
All right, that Saints color analyst, Hokie Gajan. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
The news, talk, and sports leader. The Big 870 WWL New Orleans. 105.3 WWL FM Kenner New Orleans. And WWL.com.
It's a final score. The Saints are now 11-0 after a 38-17 victory over the Patriots. The Saints will play on the road next week at Washington. We will continue with the Locker Room Show on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
November to remember at Ray Brand Nissan. No high payments, no sticker shock, no headaches. 2010 Versa, $109 a month. 2010 Sentra, $119 per month. New 09 Altima, $189 a month. 2010 Titan, $259 a month. Remember the Titans, baby! New Maxima, $299 a month. Ray Brand Nissan, the most important name on your car. LaPalco Boulevard next to Home Depot and Walmart in Harvey. Ray Brandt's got the deals.
I'm Bobby Hebert, and I know a professional team when I spot one. I'm here with Chris Anderson and the pros at Advanced Building Products. Chris, what makes you the supplier of choice for vinyl siding?
Advanced Building Products is the largest certainteed vinyl siding distributor in a 9-state region. We stock deep inventories of all the right products, and we can deliver to you the next day.
If you're a contractor, builder, or architect, you need to visit the pros at Advanced Building Products. They're easy to do business with.
Fourth quarter, not even close. And we're all still here? We are, with a glass of Crown Royal in every hand. And when it is close, forget it. We are holding those glasses tight. Oh, yeah. Sharing a Crown Royal on the rocks. Something memorable. Out of a purple bag, we all know. For every king a gathering. For every king a crown. Don't forget Crown Royal. Watching the game with the guys. Crown Royal blended Canadian whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2009. The Crown Royal Company, Norwalk, Connecticut. Please drink responsibly.
Let Oak Creek Homes get you home for the holidays by doubling your $8,000 home buyer tax credit. Visit Oak Creek's West Bank Center in West Wego or in Hammond off Highway 55. Call now 436-6175 or 985-542-7557. OakCreekHomes.com.
Looking for a fence? Don't you owe yourself the satisfaction of knowing you checked on not only price but value? I'm Kevin Forsythe with Forsythe Fence. We put our family name on every fence. We'll give you references. We're confident in our work. Forsythe Fence Company. Like the number 4 in sight, call now. 738-5060.
As New Orleans as the French Quarter, WWL.
And welcome back to the Locker Room Show. Final score this evening from the Dome. It's the Saints 38 and the Patriots 17. Saints players interviewed in the locker room receive a gift certificate from Emeralds. Emeralds is open at the every Saints home game at Julia in Tchoupitoulas. Let's go down to the locker room where Kristian Garic is standing by with Scott Shanley.
Scott, you guys said you guys kind of downplayed all week the significance of this game against, guarded against making a statement, if you will, but 38-17 against one of the best franchises in this last decade, I'd say it's a statement.
Yeah, I think all phases we were ready to roll tonight, and And when we play like this, when we play the way we can play, we're a tough team to beat. And I think we showed the entire nation that. I think it's good because throughout the week we kind of heard, people doubt us whether or not we played a real good team yet this year or a real good quarterback. And that type of stuff, we love that stuff. When people question, we're 10-0, but people are still questioning us. We like it. It motivates us and pushes us to keep proving people wrong.
You guys talked a lot about Wes Welker being one of their threats, and he ran a lot of crossing routes. You guys talked about that all week. But as soon as he caught the ball, it seemed like y'all had 3 and 4 guys on him. Is that something y'all worked hard on in practice?
Yeah, we knew. I mean, last week he had 15 catches for, I think 200-some yards. So obviously when guys are putting up that type of number, you have to build a scheme to control a guy like that. And I thought our secondary did a nice job on him, taking away the short game. And then the ability for him to run after the catch wasn't really there because we had such great population around the ball.
Did you guys need to feel valid, or did you guys need to validation by getting a win like this? I mean, is that a factor? Do y'all want to be validated, and is this a validation of how good you guys are?
Honestly, I think guys are excited, but as far as validating this team, I think there's only one thing that's going to validate this team, and I think the ultimate goal for us is to win a championship. And when everyone has their mindset and we won't settle for anything less, we're not excited about one victory here or there. We just take them one game at a time.
Scott, congratulations on being 11-0.
Thank you.
Good luck next week.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Saints linebacker Scott Shanley with our very own Kristian Garic down in the locker room. Saints win this evening by a score of 38-17. Looking around in the landscape of the NFC as of right now, the Saints, of course, tops in the conference at 11-0. The Minnesota Vikings are at 10-1, followed by Dallas at 8-3. The other division leader at this point is Arizona at 7-4. And currently the teams in position for the 2 wild cards. Philadelphia's at 7-4, and Green Bay is at 7-4. Philadelphia will play Atlanta this week. We will continue with the locker room show. Final score, it's the Saints 38, the Patriots 17. This is the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
For privacy and peace of mind, come home to Gabriel, the beautiful guarded, gated community just 10 miles from downtown New Orleans, featuring rich tropical landscaping with parks, lagoons, and walking paths. Our lakeside location provides private access to the levee and a short walk to Lake Town, the Kenner Boat Launch, and Chateau Golf and Country Club. Lots starting in the low 100,000s. Gabriel, call Keller Williams Realty agent Linda Nugent-Smith, 610-2104. Gabriel, a living paradise.
In New Orleans, we have carnival balls, debutante balls, snowballs, highballs, screwballs, and oddballs. We've got balls. That's why New Orleans is a Harley town. Ride with pride. Hit the streets on a new 2010 Harley-Davidson model for just $199 a month. That's a new full-size 2010 Harley-Davidson model for $199 a month for qualified buyers. Visit the largest Harley-Davidson showroom in the Gulf South. New Orleans Harley-Davidson, Airline Drive in Metairie or Lapalco Boulevard in Harvey.
I'm personal injury attorney Michael Hingle. Have you been hit by a big rig like this one? If you're in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, we'll take them to court, and they won't be so big.
Michael Hingle has offices in New Orleans, Hammond, Covington, Slidell. By appointment, Metairie, Houma, LaPlace, Gretna. Call attorney Michael Hingle, 1-800-USA-JURY.
Before you accept a quick check with me.
Are you tired of constantly painting your metal only to find it has rusted again? Protect your investment the first time with Extreme Powder Coating. Extreme provides expertise in powder coating for your industrial, commercial, and residential needs. If you're looking for a super durable, UV stable quality finish, then call Extreme Powder Coating of New Orleans today at 347-1127 or check them out on the web at epcnola.com. Protect your metal investments the first time. Do it once, do it right with Extreme Powder Coating. Call 347-1127.
Hear it first. News, weather, and sports every half hour on WWL.
And welcome back to the locker room show here. Back down to the locker room. But Kristian Garic is standing by with Mike McKenzie.
Mike, what were you doing this time last week?
Actually, I was down in Memphis, getting reacquainted with my university. We was making some changes over there, and I certainly wanted to be involved in that. So I went down to Memphis to check out my basketball team as they're getting ready for the little kickoff against Kansas, and just staying involved.
Did you anticipate a week from then that you would be playing in a Monday Night Football game against the New England Patriots and playing a huge role in it, coming up with an interception against Tom Brady?
No, but I certainly have been waiting on my opportunity, and I'm certainly happy that my opportunity is right back home here with the Saints and the Who Dat Nation.
Did you anticipate having a role that you did tonight?
I mean, I didn't have any expectations. Obviously, I just wanted to come on in and get back into the groove and learn the playbook and whatever they was going to need me to do. I just wanted to be prepared to do it.
You've been a part of this organization for a long time, through the good years and a couple of good years and a couple of bad years. But 11-0 on a football team like this, what does this mean to you?
I mean, it's obviously it's a very special team, and I'm honored to just be a part of this team, and we all kind of see what direction we're going in, and right now we really just have to stay focused on the task at hand.
What allowed you to come in and play the role that you did and be almost, I mean, I don't want to say perfect, but I mean, you know, you showed no rust out there. You were flying around making tackles. You came up with a pick. What allowed you to do that? You just stayed in really good shape while you were out of football?
Really just understanding how the league works, understanding that it is a physical game, and really just knowing at some point there was going to be an opportunity for me. So I really just stayed focused and continued to train, just knowing that an opportunity was going to present itself.
Mike, congratulations on being 11-0. Good luck next week.
Appreciate that. Who dat?
All right, final score tonight from the Dome. It's the Saints 38. It is the Patriots 17. We will continue with the Locker Room Show right here on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Looking for a home built your way on your lot? Then we have the answer at Cretin Homes, your local on-your-lot builder. Hi, I'm Chris Cretin. We have plenty of models and plans to choose from at our design center in Hammond at I-12 and Airport Road. We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 5. Visit us on the web at CretinHomes.com. That's Cretin Homes, C-R-E-T-I-N, homes.com. Or give us a call at 800-259-8905 to make an appointment with a new home specialist. At Cretin Homes, building on your lot is our business.
Hi, this is Mike DeTatum. We always remember the joyous times of our lives, and many of them have happened during the holiday season. At Oakland Heart, we have the perfect jewelry gift that will create the smile of a lifetime. From gold fashions to diamond pendants to our original fleur-de-lis creations. Our tremendous selection and unbeatable prices will put a smile on your face and the perfect gift in her hands. Come visit us at Oakland Heart Jewelers on Metairie Road and create another special holiday moment. At Oakland Heart Jewelers, our greatest creation is your smile.
From shirts, hats, jackets, jerseys, or any type of promotional item, you need Logo Express. Hey, this is the Big Chief. Literally anything you want with your logo. At Logo Express, you get any type of uniform with your logo screened or embroidered for any type of business, the medical field or hospitality industry. Get logoed apparel for any sports team, organization, or family event. T-shirts with your logo start at $5 and polo shirts as low as $12. Call Logo Express, 367-7393. Get the best for less at Logo Express.
My name is Richard Zuschlaw, CEO of Acadian Ambulance Service, and on behalf of our 2,500 employee owners, we salute you, the fans of the New Orleans Saints. As the exclusive provider of ambulance service to the Saints, we invite you to enjoy the game, and please buckle up and drive safely.
Toilet backing up, sink not draining? Blair Plumbing does it all. Blair is speedy, most jobs within the day. Call Blair now. Get your plumbing problem solved. 733-9113. Blair to the rescue in the bright orange truck. 733-9113.
Listen more, know more. The news, talk, and sports leader. WWL.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show. Final score this evening. It's the Saints 38 and the Patriots 17. We bring back in Saints color analyst Hokie Gajan for Hokie's final thoughts. Hokie, big win tonight for the Saints.
Ooh, I'm going to tell you what, Deacon, you know, I'm sure that you're like me. There's a lot of times on Sunday that you don't get an opportunity to watch the other games because you're here covering this game and everything else. But I watched the Vikings yesterday against the Bears, and I said, boy, I am really impressed with the way that the Vikings are playing with Brett Favre and everything else. After what I saw out here on the field tonight, I would think that the Vikings fans are sitting there going, God, I hope those Saints lose a couple of ball games because this win was even more impressive than what the Vikings did yesterday against the Bears because obviously the Patriots are much better club than the Bears, and just the way that the Saints handled the whole thing. And, you know, Kristian just had Mike McKenzie right there, and I know we don't really vote a player of the game or anything like that, but Boy, for a guy that's only been signed here for a couple of days and come in here and got thrown in the fire and really basically, I can't tell you if he was out there for the first snap of the ball game, but I know in that first series that the Patriots had the ball, he was in there. But, boy, didn't he play one heck of a ball game for not being around here for a long time. So I'm going to tell you, it was a great win. And like I said, I go back to the Vikings. I'm sure that those fans up there are going, man, I hope we don't have to meet the Saints in the playoffs.
All right, back down to the locker room. Kristian Garic is standing by with Will Smith.
Well, you talk all the time about being perfect, playing perfect games. Albeit I'm sure when you flip on the tape, you'll find some mistakes, but it's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, collectively, I say we played a pretty good game today. I don't think we turned over the ball. I think the only turnover we had was Cedric fumble. But overall, I think we played pretty well. I wouldn't say we played perfect, but we did pretty well against a really, really good team. So, you know what I mean? That means a lot, but, fortunately in this league, you got a whole nother team next week. So, we're going to be playing another talented group of guys next week, and we got to get focused for those guys.
I know you guys are happy to be 11-0, but I get the feeling sometimes that you'll take it, but at the same time there's always a but. There's we got another one next week and we can improve it. Well, just talk about that mindset.
Well, it's a long season, and you know what I mean. You can't be too high, you can't be too low. You got to kind of be even keel, and we got to go into each week thinking anything can happen and preparing yourself and continue to do the little things that got you to where we're at now. So, you know what I mean? As far as, glamorizing a victory, that's a little bit too far. We just got to take it what it is and enjoy the fact that we won for the night and, focus on the next team, because that's what makes the league so tough. You got to play somebody else who's just as good.
Do you guys feel like you caught the national attention's eye?
Well, I hope everybody's watching out there. We just wanted to go in and play a good football and win the game. And, fortunately, we were able to do that today. So, whether or not we caught the nation's eye is up to the nation.
What did Coach Payton tell you guys?
Nothing. He tells us the same thing every week. Just keep working hard. Come in, get your workout in, watch film, do the things that we've been doing to be successful, and, go from there. You know what I mean?
Will, congratulations on being 11-0. Good luck next week against Washington.
Thank you.
All right, that is Saints defensive end Will Smith, 1.5 sacks this evening. Well, the Saints improved to 11-0 with a big win over the Patriots. Let's take a look back and see how this one unfolded. New Orleans gets a 30-yard field goal from John Carney to take a 3-0 lead early in the first. But then the Patriots would come back on a long 14-play, 80-yard drive, and they would get a touchdown from Lawrence Maroney.
So for the second time in this drive, the Patriots will apparently go for it on 4th down, 4th and 1 from the 4-yard line of the Saints. Everybody in tight. Give it to Maroney, right side, and he is in, standing up. Lawrence Maroney taking it in over his right guard, Stephen Neal, on a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And if you were expecting a shootout, this one has all the early earmarks of being exactly that.
And the Patriots took a 7-0 lead, but then the Saints would come back. A 7-play, 59-yard drive that lasted 3 minutes and 7 seconds, and Drew Brees found Pierre Thomas.
So the drive continues, and it's 1st and 10 Saints at the Patriot 18, 13:07 to play. Second quarter, Patriots lead 7-3. Here's Brees setting up a little screen to the near sideline to Thomas. Thomas stays on his feet, down to the 5, down to the goal line, and he plunges in for the touchdown. An 18-yard reception.
And the Saints took a 10-7 lead. Then a big blow by the Saints. Just a one-play drive. They went 75 yards in only 9 seconds. It's our All-Star electrifying play of the game. All-Star Electric. No job too big or too small for Drew Brees and Devery Henderson.
25-yard line. They move it left to right with 10:02 to play before halftime, leading the Patriots 10-7. Brees will begin from the shotgun, 3 to the right of him and 2 to the left. Patriots twist up front. Brees going to throw down the seam. Wide open, Jeffrey Henderson. Nobody's within 20 yards of him. He could do the backstroke into the end zone from there, and he'll take it in for a 75-yard touchdown strike.
Saints took a 17-7 lead. Then the Patriots would add a field goal to cut the lead to 17-10. And then Drew Brees with another long ball, this time to Robert Meacham.
1st and 10 Saints. Patriots 38-yard line. 1:57 to play before halftime. Saints up 17-10. Saints will go with 3 tight ends. I formation. Fake it to Bell. Brees looking long. Going for Meacham at the goal line. He's got it for the touchdown. A 38-yard strike to Robert Meacham, who has done it again.
And the Saints led 24-10 at the half. The Patriots would come back and get a long drive to start the second half, and they would score, calling on Lawrence Maroney.
1st and goal, 10:30 to play third quarter. Saints up 24-10. Maroney left side, jumps over the pile, and he's in. Lawrence Maroney with his 2nd touchdown of the night, a 2-yard touchdown run.
But that would be all the Patriots would get, and the Saints would come up big, scoring the last 2 scores, including Drew Brees to Darnell Dinkins.
Thomas in there as the fullback. Dinkins goes in motion, play action. Brees to throw, does over the middle, touchdown. Darnell Dinkins with his first reception as a Saint, good for a 2-yard touchdown strike.
And then the Saints will get a little window dressing in the fourth quarter.